Explore Europe the Striped Way with Condor Airlines. Fly nonstop to Frankfurt and connect across Europe. From Venice to Barcelona to Budapest, your vacation starts on board. Condor, 70 years of passion in the skies. Visit condor.com today.
All right, the wait is over. Fiber-powered Wi-Fi from Xfinity is finally here. We're talking fast, reliable Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work better together. From gaming to streaming to working from home, and enjoy low lag when you're gaming or video chatting. It's Wi-Fi so smart it can heal itself if there's a problem. And with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you can lock in your price with no contracts or commitments. So get on it. Visit Xfinity.com today. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only. Fiber connected to premises by coax.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, there's the old saying, feet don't fail me now. Sometimes, though, your feet, they're going to fail you. We go to Louisiana, where, as Miles said, a man was pulled over for suspected DUI. While he ran from the scene on foot, eventually he jumped into a swamp, where he was promptly attacked by an alligator. Now, he did survive, and he was also arrested. And look, running from the cops, it's nothing new. I feel like most of us start that in our teen years. But here's the thing. You got to be good at it. A guy in L.A., he was being chased by police on suspicion of driving a stolen vehicle. Ditches the vehicle, decides to take off on foot. He jumped over a wall and fell down a 30-foot hole at a construction site. Oddly enough, the cops had to rescue him. And like his counterpart in Louisiana, he survived, but he too was arrested. Now we go to Virginia, where we have a different kind of foot failure. A woman there, she's suing Outback Steakhouse when she face-planted on her way to the restroom after slipping on a pile of mashed potatoes. If you're wondering what that's worth, she's looking for $1.5 million. Then we go up the road from Virginia to Connecticut, where a man is suing the city after he tripped over a brick on the street. Then there's a guy in England who suffered a fractured skull, 9 broken ribs, and blood in his lungs after he tripped over his hairless cat. Now, he's not suing the cat. And in Singapore, a child, well, they had the nightmare that I think we all had or continue to have into adulthood, got their foot trapped in the mall escalator. Oh, yeah, they did manage to get it out of there. As far as I know, she's okay. But as they said, she was in distress. I believe she's 5 years old. I think we all get it. And look, we have plenty more stories where people's feet and legs have failed them. And the thing is, so do you. Whether you stepped in something, stepped on something, stepped through something. Today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration, is when did your feet or legs do you dirty?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and I'll watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
Explore Europe the Striped Way with Condor Airlines. Fly nonstop to Frankfurt and connect across Europe. From Venice to Barcelona to Budapest, your vacation starts on board. Condor, 70 years of passion in the skies. Visit condor.com today.
All right, the wait is over. Fiber-powered Wi-Fi from Xfinity is finally here. We're talking fast, reliable Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work better together. From gaming to streaming to working from home, and enjoy low lag when you're gaming or video chatting. It's Wi-Fi so smart it can heal itself if there's a problem. And with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you can lock in your price with no contracts or commitments. So get on it. Visit Xfinity.com today. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only. Fiber connected to premises by coax.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
Archery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Hello, Michels. Away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4545. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The exciting return of Sit and Spin. Today, as we get set for some World Cup soccer coming to the United States of America. Not only that, coming to Canada and Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
I believe USA, you said Ted's playing Friday?
Friday night.
In Los Angeles.
In L.A., yeah. They are
Who
playing.
we're playing? Is it Paraguay?
Paraguay, I believe.
Okay.
All right.
And then our first match here is Monday.
Is that the case?
I believe it's Monday, right?
Damn.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, World Cup is always like a month away. It's not. I mean, it's right here.
It's Egypt and is it Belgium? Are those the two teams?
Belgium's got to play here because they're staying in town over in Renton.
Is there a game on Thursday? Do we know?
I believe it's the following Friday as well.
Damn.
I think that's our first USA game.
Honestly, I was thinking for meat and potatoes. I'm like, ooh, Egyptian food sounds good.
Does it?
Just throwing it out there.
Does
Yeah,
it?
man.
Okay.
There's some good
I'll
things.
take some frites from Belgium for Mondays.
And that's where my mind was with Belgium. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we're not going to, believe it or not, this is true. There is an official FIFA World Cup 2026 album.
What?
Yeah. It's a compilation of tunes. Jelly Roll is on there.
Of course.
I think he made like an anthem.
He did. Future is also included. Shakira does the song for the tournament, the official song, and the theme song for the FIFA Education Fund.
Oh, that's fun.
So she's doing a duet with Burna Boy, who I know you're familiar with.
Huge fan.
Yeah. Also, Shinsia, who you were on her before she even got started.
Yeah, for sure.
Along with Daddy Yankee and Belinda. Seriously, the band's called Belinda. But we took it different. We listened to a couple of these tunes, and they are what you think they are.
Sure.
They are stadium anthems done in a bunch of different styles and ways. But we decided to go with the theme of balls today.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, there are a number of songs
About balls.
about balls.
Who knew?
Yeah. And every song we're playing on here, for the most part, is a popular song about balls.
All right.
Coming up with Sit and Spin.
Your dreams will come true.
Today at 4:30. Yeah. We'll be bouncing around the room. You like that fish joke, Ted. Also today, just know that with Profile This, all right, we actually have tickets to give away if you win.
Yeah,
When's the last time we did that?
Nice.
When is the last time we
Natural
did that?
prize.
I'm serious. We have a prize.
I don't know that on Profile This we've ever had a prize.
I don't think we've ever had a prize for anything. I mean, really, it's been a long time, what I'm saying.
Not something that the company say, hey, do this thing, give out a prize. But nothing that we
Yeah.
choose to do.
We
No.
have a prize to give away. So here is the deal. If you win today on Profile This, you are going to get tickets to see Blackberry Smoke Friday night at Emerald Queen Casino. All right?
But there's more.
There is more.
All right.
There is more.
Ted,
Now
you'll
listen,
like this.
okay? Today's winner is also going to get a $200 dining credit at Slaw Hall. That is the steakhouse seafood place at EQC. It's
delicious.
For
I've
the
been
night
there.
of the show. So you get to go there.
All right.
You get to have dinner.
Yeah.
Then you get to go see the show.
That is correct.
That's what you're going to win today on Profile This.
If you win.
Now, Ted, I know you were a fan. How many times in your life have you gotten a bone-in tomahawk-style ribeye steak?
I mean, a few times, usually with buddies.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
Now, have you seen the way they do it at Slahal?
Is that the hanging one?
Yes.
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 So I was in there
Yes.
having a cocktail and some steak tips that were delicious from the
Yeah.
appetizer menu, but the people behind me had that one. And I kept just
Did you see
turning-
it coming out on the table?
Oh, yeah.
So it's hanging by however they cook it. It's
Oh,
hanging by
yeah.
a string. They got a cast iron skillet underneath it to catch all the juices, and they bring it to your table, and they cut it up for the table.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. That couple was having a big night.
Yeah.
It was just for one couple.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
And they have stuff, and I know it sounds weird, but they have stuff in there that a lot of places don't. Higher end steakhouses, they're either going to have lobster or not.
Correct.
They have lobster. They have all the crap. So man, you can go down there and hook it up
Yes.
for dinner, and then go
Ted
check
has
out.
sworn by it since he went, man. That's all you need.
And even if you went down there this weekend, they got a little deck out there too. It's a nice spot.
And it's what, rooftop, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. See, that's huge.
And you know what,
It's one
Frank-
thing to have
oh.
a deck, a rooftop deck to me, like, it's just cool.
And Friday night's supposed to be a great weather night. We've got some good
yeah.
weather coming our way. So there you go. We actually have a prize. Blackberry smoke tickets and
Look at us.
Dinner at Slahal at Emerald Queen Casino.
Also
Coming up in
sounds like a
profile
great
this.
jazz singer.
Slahal.
No. Blackberry Smoke.
Blackberry smoke.
They sound the way you expect them to sound.
Yeah,
man. It's kind of like
like
rock,
Blackberry
folk,
Smoke.
all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be talking about on the question how you're feeling. Oh, we should also stop real quick before we get into the question. Thank everybody that came out yesterday for the golf classic up at Redmond Ridge.
It was a good time.
Man, it was a good time.
We lit people up with some Nerf bullets. I want to say we fired more of those this year than we did last year.
Correct.
I don't know why, man. And people were really nice, right? Because they rolled to the hole. We were on hole 13. And I was told that Ted and I were placed on hole 13 because it's the quote-unquote farthest away from people's houses. People live on that golf course.
All right.
They were like 20 yards away. I'm like,
They were very
bro,
close.
I mean, okay.
I talked to the guy after we were done.
Who was up in the, who was living
It was
there?
one of the guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they were right. They were
And
very
then
cool.
there
Yeah.
was one house hit, and like the guys
The
were kind of
blue
get
house.
pissy, but the guy that from the house, he just came out, and Thrill and I agreed it was a proper chirp. He just said, "Hey, whoever hit the house, you need to work on your golf swing."
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty
So,
funny.
okay.
So people were like, "Well, you shouldn't live there." I was like, "Hang on. He's having fun. It was okay."
He could have been mean. He understands what's going on. He's actually just poking fun at you. But these people roll up and
It is the heckle hole.
people say all the nice things, just like, oh, man, hey, but listen to the show this long. It's really nice to meet you guys. I said, man, I deeply appreciate that. You know I'm going to shoot you, right? They're like, yeah. And we lit people up. But what Ted and I discovered, this is true, the better golfers do worse when we light them up with the Nerf bullets, right?
Correct.
It took them
Yeah.
out of the game. The guys that are kind of so-so, if you blasted them, like they got better shots. And 80% of the people that we shot with these bullets, we were now their good luck charm. They're like, dude,
cool.
follow us through the rest of the course, man. Well, we can't, but it was fun shooting you.
But what a
Yeah.
beautiful facility, man. That's a great track to play golf on. Everybody was having a blast. Big thanks to Kayla and our promotions team.
Oh, yeah.
All
Yeah,
the
man.
salespeople that came out, they were out there at 6 a.m. trying to get everybody set up and ready to go, and they got it done, man. I mean, that's a well-oiled machine.
It is.
and they do an incredible job.
You just have to
So
get up at 3 a.m.
They
That
make
was
it,
my
They
understanding.
make it way too easy for us to go in there and be able to have a good time. So
They know who they're working with.
Yeah,
they
so-
need to make it as simple as possible.
I heard Castle say on the morning show on Daily Migs this morning that we're going to do it again next year. So
Of course.
that's good news. So thank you for everyone that made it a success. I got home, man. I was just wiped the hell out.
I couldn't believe how sore it was this morning.
I was
It's not like I
tired.
golfed.
I was tired as hell.
Picked
man.
up a
That's all
lot
I
of
had
Nerf
done.
darts.
We did. That's the one thing. We do pick up all of our quote-unquote shell casings after we
Yeah.
fire. I won't lie. There's a few that kind of went off into the woods, so I'm sure some crows have made good use of those. But the ones we could find, we collect them
Yeah,
all.
crows are having a blast out there. You really have to watch your food on the golf course. They are so smart and so intelligent. If you get something and you put it in your cart and you walk down to the green, they are on you like
We had Nerf guns.
Stink on ass, man.
Shoot their
Yeah,
ass.
we didn't have any incidents with crows, so we
'Cause
heard
they knew.
people talking about crows and stuff missing from their carts.
Yep. But good times had by all. So thank you again for coming out. And what a great day. We got lucky on the weather, too.
Yeah.
I got in the car, man. I was probably down the road in maybe a mile.
And just started dumping
And it
rain.
started coming down. I was like, man, did we seek that one? Food was great, too.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the food was great. I even had a hot dog out there, of course, that was delicious.
Yep. Grand prize winner on their way to see Guns N' Roses and the Black Crowes up in
Such a sweet
Vancouver.
deal, yeah.
Couple hotel rooms for the night, Amtrak tickets to get up there and back.
Still apologies to the first couple foursomes that came through hole 13.
Why?
I gave them bad advice.
Oh, yeah, you did. You really did.
I kept telling him to pull out the big dog and bend it around that dog leg right. And then, finally, the third, fourth, and the guy was like, hey, Ted, I've played here. That's bad advice. I said, doesn't it go down to the right? He goes, it does, but there's an out of bounds. It's super steep. You can't hit out of
And
there.
he was one of the better golfers.
Right.
He
was
immediately came
tell
marching
them
out of the
to
cart.
just lay it up 180. That's why that sticks there.
Oh, you guys were on the hole that goes all the way down the hill where you hit that blind shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, there's a bell down there and they ring it when they're off.
Correct.
Oh, that is the worst advice I've ever heard in my life.
We didn't know. Everyone just said it's down and to the right.
It's a 180 shot.
Right. I thought it was a dog leg right. So I was like, you're a big boy. Pull out that driver. Grip it and rip it.
You should have driven down and looked at the hole.
They didn't give us a car.
Oh, no.
Throw it high. I said this yesterday. We live in Dial 13.
I know.
Yeah. Good times.
And by the way, we never heard that bell ring once.
Not once.
Really?
Nobody
Not
ran
one.
that.
No, you
Okay, I was wondering because I drove down there several times. I haven't heard that bell ring in one time that I've been down there. I'm wondering if anybody's actually following the rules. And doing
No,
this.
we just determined because a lot of the golfers are like, "Oh man, can we hit?" And I said, look, it's been like this all day. If we can't physically see them, go ahead and hit your
Well,
golf ball.
the thing is you can't see them based on where the green is. Very rarely can you even see the green from that second shot, so it's a blind shot.
well,
And when they
you
go
can't.
down there to hit their second shot, they kind of disappeared. You got to see them come back up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So people were getting anxious. I was like, hang on. If you know what you're doing, do not hit yet.
Right. Good times had Mile. So
It was a great time.
So thanks for everybody that showed up and all of our staff here that just did, as usual, an A+ job with everything all day long. All right, we're going to talk about your feet, how your feet or your legs did you dirty. We start with a story that Mike's got coming up in headlines about a man who is suspected of driving while impaired and was attacked by an alligator after attempting to flee police in Louisiana. Victor Rivas, 40 years old, he struck a concrete barrier, blew out a tire on his Toyota Supra. He was driving kind of near New Orleans. I think he was on 10. He continued driving. Troopers later pulled him over along the interstate and observed signs of impairment. So as troopers begin their DWI investigation, Rivas flees the scene on foot. He jumps from an elevated section of the highway. Unfortunately for him, he did not realize there was a swamp below. They began to search for him with the help of the St. Charles Parish's sheriff's deputies, and they eventually spotted him walking along a different highway in the area. Now, when Rivas was approached by law enforcement for the second time, he again attempted to flee into a nearby swamp. That's when an alligator emerged from the water once he entered it and attacked him, injuring both his arms, according to police. Camera footage from the body cam of the sheriff's office showed the attack taking place from a distance, with the alligator and Rivas seen thrashing around near the bank of the swamp for about 30 seconds. He fought
30 seconds,
this
man.
bad guy off for 30 seconds. What are you watching the video of him fighting the alligator? I mean, look, credit
I
to
didn't
this
see the
guy.
video.
Credit to this guy, man. I mean, he gives 0 Fs. I mean, he went after this guy.
Okay.
And the guy just said, you know what, buddy?
swimming away here.
Game on.
He's swimming away. That's it. That's just coming right out of
He continued to flee law enforcement. Despite the injuries to his arms,
That's crazy.
he was actually found later using drones and taken into custody for treatment to his injuries. They were not considered life-threatening, believe it or not. But, yeah, he was...
Well, it's funny, too, because it's from the body cam on the cop, so he's got his gun drawn, but it's like, well, the dude's fighting an alligator. You can't really shoot either of them.
No.
I hate to laugh, but that's a wild video.
That's Louisiana's finest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's somebody would go like, yeah, what about your day?
Yeah, no, exactly.
So what? No, that's not a big deal. I've been arrested. I've been attacked by an alligator.
All on the same day.
Yeah, now we head to Virginia, where a story from last week, a woman is now suing Outback Steakhouse and is demanding $1.5 million after she allegedly slipped on mashed potatoes and fell in one of their restaurants. Now, if I'm not mistaken...
I know it'd have been that kind of party.
Yeah, seriously. She slipped into mashed potatoes. I think we got an email from somebody.
Yeah, somebody said something about that.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, they worked it out back.
They worked it out back.
Oh, about the mashed potatoes.
Right.
That's what the story's about, a woman like busting her face open, slipping on mashed potatoes. So like, hey, I used to work it out back. Just so you know, the mashed potatoes are basically the repurposed baked potatoes.
It's a smashed
And
baked
give it-
potato.
Yeah, and they put the toppings on.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So that's not really mashed
Well,
potatoes.
that's
That's why I
cool.
said I've never heard of mashed potatoes at Outback Steakhouse. I knew I wouldn't lose my mind.
what is a steakhouse? Yeah,
Well, I
right,
just knew
right.
it wasn't an option. You know, like, I mean, if I'd have been in there sometime,
So is
I
it
probably
mashed
would've got
potatoes or is it just a mashed
It is
potato?
a baked potato that they smash.
Yeah.
And then they put the cheese and the bacon bits on top.
Nothing wrong
Isn't
with
that
that, man.
still a mashed potato?
That's a smashed
Well, it is.
potato.
It's a smashed potato.
If you keep the skin on,
It's a smashed
look, man,
potato.
it's a ticky-tacky thing. If you keep the skin on, it's a smashed potato. If you peel the skin, it's a mashed potato.
The lawsuit, originally filed in Virginia County Circuit Court, alleges that Tracy Renshaw.
No, they call it a home-style mashed potato.
It should be a smashed potato.
That's back
According
to
to the emailer.
That's back to your meat potatoes from Thursday. It's not a fancy word, but home style for crying out loud.
Well, if you mash, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just saying, you take a baked potato and you use, a mixer?
Yeah.
They don't use a mixer. They use a smasher.
But I'm just saying, to me, those are mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not going
those
to
are
argue
mashed
this
potatoes.
other than to say at every restaurant I worked at, and they got real specific, like, hey, mashed potatoes don't have the skin on. If the skin is still on them, they're smashed potatoes. Okay.
The lawsuit filed in Virginia court alleges that Tracy suffered serious and permanent injuries after falling on her face while headed to the bathroom in 2023 after slipping on mashed potatoes.
No.
The complaint, including in a notice filed by the U.S. District Court, accused Outback Steakhouse of creating
Do the
unreasonably
mashed
dangerous
potato.
conditions for diners because the food was left on the floor too long and customers were not warned about fall hazards.
This is dangerous.
I don't think anybody knew there was mashed potatoes on the floor.
I think if they knew there's mashed
Obviously.
potatoes on the floor, they'd have cleaned it up.
they'd have
That's just
mopped
what
it
you
up.
do, right?
She demands to be paid $1.5 million for her medical bills and will allegedly continue to suffer great pain of body and mind. And her working
mind?
That's what she says. And
It's
carrying
that
capability,
crippling to you.
She says she's diminished. No additional details on her alleged injuries were mentioned in the lawsuit. So I believe that Outback's going to try to take this to federal court. But either way, they said they cannot neither admit or deny the allegations. They have a location in Herndon, Virginia, which is probably the one. So they're not giving you a lot of information. But either way, she says she's permanently affected by falling on mashed potatoes on her way to the bathroom.
I mean, that's the one my brother would go to. Maybe I'll ask him. Does that Outback seem dangerous to you?
No, just ask him if they have mashed potatoes. I bet he doesn't know.
Miles, sorry, man. I think most people know that Outback has a mashed potato.
I did not know that.
They have two types.
But I didn't even care.
Yeah.
Although Outback could argue technically because of the way we make them, it's a smashed potato, not a mashed potato. So at the core of her argument, she is wrong.
I have one more story.
They have a sweet potato with honey and brown sugar. Did you know that?
I did not.
I did not know that.
Sounds very
Sweet
Australian.
potato with what?
Yes.
A sweet potato with honey and brown sugar.
Ooh.
That's
All
right.
Okay.
They're speaking my language now.
Celebration at a Chicago White Sox game abruptly turned dangerous when a fan went over the railing and dropped more than 10 feet into the visitors' team's bullpen. The man fell above a barrier, above the Royals' bullpen, during the bottom of the third inning as he reached for a sac fly. A friend reportedly tried to catch the man by his legs, and witnesses said he did not land on his head and was breathing as paramedics arrived. Play actually was halted while medical staff treated the man in the bullpen, then resumed after he was taken out on a stretcher and transported to a nearby hospital. They said they did later receive a positive report on his condition and wished him a full and speedy recovery. Royals reliever Nick Mears said a security guard told him the fan's condition had improved by the time he reached the hospital because Nick was one of the first people to go up and check on him because he was in the bullpen. The incident follows an incident last year.
Oh, yeah.
In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in which a Pirates fan suffered severe injuries after more than a 20-foot fall. He was jumping up and down.
But he
along the
landed like
railing.
on the crowd below, right?
He went down onto the field. That guy fell a long way. He was messed up.
Yeah. Sometimes railing heights and upper decks kind of shock me.
Well, how low they are versus
Correct.
your height. Yeah, I
I mean,
agree.
they're perfect for when you're sitting, but when you're walking in the front row, some baseball stadiums, it's like, Jesus.
I felt that way at Niagara Falls, man. First time I went there, I was a child. First couple of times I went there, I was a child. And I just remembered one of the annoying things to me as a kid was, man, the railing's so high that you kind of had to peek through the slats to see. When I'm 6'4", I'm an adult. I took my kids, and I'm like, this railing seems very, very low.
If it's at thigh level, man, it's dangerous. That is dangerous.
It's dangerous.
When did your feet or your legs do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Explore Europe the striped way with Condor Airlines. Fly nonstop to Frankfurt and connect seamlessly across Europe. From Venice to Barcelona to Budapest, your vacation begins the moment you step on board. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, Condor is celebrating 70 years of passion in the skies. Visit Condor.com to learn more.
All right, the wait is over. Fiber-powered Wi-Fi from Xfinity is finally here. We're talking fast, reliable Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work better together. From gaming to streaming to working from home, and enjoy low lag when you're gaming or video chatting. It's Wi-Fi so smart it can heal itself if there's a problem. And with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you can lock in your price with no contracts or commitments. So get on it. Visit Xfinity.com today. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only. Fiber connected to premises by coax.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Do you love your pets? Do you love suspense? Do you love it when your pets keep you in suspense because they ate something mysterious and who knows what the vet visit will cost? If you answered yes twice and then no, you should protect your pet with Lemonade Pet Insurance. It can save you up to 90% on vet bills for checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, all the stuff that leaves you financially on the edge of your seat. Get a quick and easy quote at lemonade.com/pet and get your suspense somewhere else, like from a riveting podcast.
Washing your dishes before you wash your dishes? Dirty Labs believes going green in the kitchen should not mean doing extra work. Their bioenzyme dishwasher detergent cuts through stuck-on food and leaves dishes sparkling, without compromising on safety or performance. No pre-rinse, no post-rinse, no compromise. Just powerful cleaning made without harsh chemicals. If Dirty Labs can't make you believe in the power of green cleaning, nothing will. Head to dirtylabs.com and use code PODCAST to get 20% off your first order.
From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
A man in Russia, they say, got super lucky when he fell underneath a moving train.
That is lucky.
He escaped without serious injury. It's all on video. Footage out of Siberia shows a man getting off a light rail train, walking next to the tram, then falling into a wheel well under the train as it pulls away from the stop. Now, at this point, the man disappears from view, and the train stops. Folks rush to his aid, and they're eventually able to free him from underneath the tram. Incredibly, he walked away from this brush with death without a scratch. The man fell in exactly the right place. His body assumed a safe position, and the tram had no low-lying parts in the exact spot where they found him. Damn. So he got lucky. Our question, when did your feet or your legs do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Irish. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, boys. How's it going?
Hola.
All right. Well, first of all, long-time listener, long-time emailer, first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Love you guys. Congrats on 20 years. Super late, but hope we have many more.
Well, appreciate it. We made it to drinking age.
Yeah. So, mine's new. Last Friday, wife and I were out on our e-bikes. We're down here in Bend, Oregon, and riding home after dinner. Had a few drinks, and just riding in a bike lane, minding our own business, going about 20 miles an hour. It's about what these things max out at. And this dude just cuts right in front of me, and I had no time to react, to brake, to do anything. I just smucked the car. Very blurry memory of what happened after that, except sitting on the ground and seeing my foot dangling from my leg.
Just snap it in half?
Snapped compound fracture of the tibia and fibula.
Jesus.
And I couldn't see it, thank God. I mean, like, my jeans were covering it, and, all a blur, right? But I got rushed to the hospital, and I'm sitting here now, 4 days later, and I have one of those external fixator things, like kind of like a cage. on my leg, holding it together.
Right.
Yeah, with all the big screws and all that stuff.
Yep. And I'm laying on my couch and I have to have it like elevated above my head. And I go back Thursday to find out when I have the neck surgery, which is where they'll put plates and screws and all that crap and make me a bionic man
right.
for the rest of my life. And I guess I had some bone loss too, like shattered part of the bone. So fun times. So,
yeah. What do you
do me dirty? I kind of did my feet dirty.
Irish, what do you do for a living?
I'm in sales, so like tech sales, but part of my job is traveling around. I got like 9 states that I cover, and that's out the window for a little bit.
Yeah.
I was going to say, how long do you think you're out of work?
TBD. I got my boss is really cool, and he just said, we'll figure it out. We'll work with you. When you're ready to do anything, you can work remote for as long as you need, and hopefully that's the reality of the matter.
Right.
But I doubt I'll be doing much for the next few weeks.
I read something about last week that Seattle might do. They might make you get motorcycle endorsed depending on how fast your e-bike rides, where you can ride that. So you might not be eligible for bike trails or for bike lanes.
Some of those things can cook, dude.
But you might just have to be. You need to just be street legal. So
how fast could your e-bike go?
20. They match up 20. And,
okay.
Bend is really good about, as in Seattle. So my wife and I live between here in Seattle. So we spend about half the year in Seattle, half the year here. We're supposed to be back in Seattle right now. We were supposed to come back on Sunday, but
you blew it. You ruined it, man.
Yeah, nice job.
I do. I completely screwed the puppy. We were in the bike lane going 20, but God, I'll tell you what, I'm done. I'm not getting back on a bike. I'm not riding on the street.
I was going to ask if you get back on.
I bet there's a division between people who pedal and people who e-bike. I just have a feeling. I know how Seattle is.
That's how it is. My son, he e-bikes. His can get up to like 22 miles an hour or something. And so the first day got it. He's all excited. It was last summer, I believe. And he wants to ride to his friend's house. His friend was like a mile away. We're like, all right, man. So we established what route he would take. And my wife has a Live 360, whatever the FAA. You can just kind of track where your kids are, right? So her whole thing was like, look, just because it can go fast, do not open this thing up. And he's like, sure, gotcha, whatever. Well, she's your mom, so of course you can monitor the speed.
Yeah.
So, to his credit, he goes 11 miles an hour. And I'm like, see, man, he does listen. But as we're looking at the map, he goes by his friend's street. And she's like, where he's still going 11 miles an hour. She's like, where is he going? I said, I'm telling you now, he's a young boy. He just got this thing. He knows it can go faster. He's going up to a school parking lot because it's the weekend and there's nobody there. Sure enough, we see him. He goes up to the school parking lot. Then the speed goes from 11 to like 23 miles an hour. But when you watch it, he's literally just going in circles in the parking lot. All right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He did it for maybe 2 minutes. And she was like, oh, man. I said, listen, man, he's going to open it up because that's what we do. But he's doing it in a safe place. And sure enough, when he was done, he goes back to the street, back down to 11 miles an hour. Went to his friend's house. And I said, look, he's doing what you asked. I don't care if he's going to open it up in the parking lot. Now, there's a few things she does not know. So I'm outside smoking later, and I realize he's coming up the sidewalk or coming up the driveway doing a wheelie, right? So I'm just like, hey, man, I'm not going to share this with your mom. He's like, I don't know you're outside. I was like, I don't care. You're not doing it on the street. He's like, God, no. But he's like, look, man, home stretch on the driveway, pulls the wheelie. That's where he does any of this quote-unquote stunt stuff.
I told you, man, my neighbor messed up his knee bad. Yeah. He was stepping off of the scooter. I mean, so he rented one of those Lime scooters. All right. He was coming to a intersection, stop sign, stop light, whatever the deal was. He was slowing down. He put his knee down, and whatever he did, I don't know if he locked it up.
Yeah.
But I mean, completely blew it. I mean, the whole knee exploded essentially. Now this is not good when you live in a 3-story townhome. He lives behind me.
Yeah.
So. He couldn't,
your house is the last place.
Dude, he's crawling. He's like butt scooting up steps. Like I didn't see him for months.
Yeah,
because he was just up. He would just very rarely leave the house, and go into doctor's visits and stuff like that. Other than that, he was like Irish with his leg up in the air with a bag of ice and just trying to do some rehab at home.
That's brutal.
It amazes me the people that rent those Lime scooters. Not because they're running the scooter, it makes sense, but you realize how many people don't know how to ride them. and they're not particularly complicated, but if you're not comfortable doing it, and I'm like, you're renting this, you don't have a helmet, and you're in downtown Seattle. Like,
well, trust me, I thought,
okay.
I mean, that's the thing. In Seattle, there's just so many hills and stuff. Like I said, like I've ridden them in Austin. There's a point in the evening where if we've been out having a few drinks, I'll go, I ain't getting on that.
Don't do it.
That's what I do.
I'm not getting on that thing right now.
I've been a couple of buddies at South Lake Union for drinks. And I'm walking down South Lake Union. There's a whole stack of them. I'm like, you know what, man? This is a designated trail. It's flat for the most part all the way to
Did you take it?
No.
Dude, I'm
No, I said I'd already had a couple drinks. I knew
then
I knew the movie. I did not want to replicate what my neighbor did. I did not want to crash one of those things. I was like, I'm walking. If I fall on my face walking, that's on me.
Right, that's fine.
But I'm not taking a tumble. When did your feet or your legs do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Lynn. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So it was actually not my legs that did me dirty. It was my friends. However, I captured it on film, so I feel like I can speak for her.
Excellent.
So a couple friends and I went up to Alaska to meet up with another friend to do an overnight backpacking trip up in the mountains. Oops, sorry. One sec.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So there's still snow on the ground, so we actually lost the trail kind of halfway through our hike, and it was June, so it was still light out even during the night. So we kept hiking, trying to find the trail again. But we were having to post hole through a few feet of snow, so our legs were getting really tired.
This already sounds like a ton of fun.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, we were terrified because actually at one point around midnight, our legs were already starting to give out, and we had 30-pound packs on our back. So we actually had found a dry spot under some trees to pull out the bags and maybe catch some rest. But then we had one of our friend's dogs with us, and the dog started just going crazy. And it turned out it sighted a bear nearby. So we, in our backpacks, we actually had teriyaki pork or something that we were going to eat that day. So we smelled like meat, and there was a bear nearby. So
keep in mind, you're also made of meat. So how did you how did you know it was a bear? So the dog's going crazy, but what let you know that it was in fact a bear?
My friend went and checked it out. She wondered why the dog was going crazy, so she went and looked and saw the bear on the opposite, kind of across the valley, but still too close for us to be comfortable.
See, that is a white person move. If you were in a group of black people, that dog goes crazy. Our conclusion would be the dog's going crazy. It doesn't matter what's out there. We're going back.
That would be my.
It's never. Let's go see what's making the dog crazy.
Well, that would be my number one fear about backpacking and camping in Alaska. It's
just
bears. The fact that there are bears.
Legitimate. Yeah. Yeah. So we were scared. We were just too scared to sleep. So I immediately flung the Ziploc bag full of marinated meat off a cliff. And then we packed our bags up and just kept on going.
How much meat are we talking that you throw off the cliff?
It was a Ziploc bag full of teriyaki skewers. I also, my legs were tired, so I also had to toss a gallon of John Daly that I had hiked up that mountain.
Oh, no.
You threw that away?
My legs were giving out. A gallon of liquid bikepacking.
No, we understand. We
I
completely understand. I would just.
But you realize
drink
this?
Some
Do
of
you
that
realize this? If you pour it down your throat, you carry the weight differently.
Oh, I didn't want to fall off a mountain. I was we were already tired, and then if I'm drunk on top of that, I'm gonna die.
Honestly,
it's probably the right call.
Would you rather be drunk and fall off a mountain, or be sober and deal with a bear that thinks you smell like teriyaki?
Neither are good choices.
Okay, that's the right answer.
So we keep going, and by that time it was finally getting dark again. Alaska in the summer, so or in June, so still snow, but still some light. We were sitting at the bottom of this kind of small valley, and one of our friend who is supposed to know the area goes, "I think I recognize that ridge line." She hikes up the hill. The other two of us are down below because we're too tired and we don't want to hike up and then have to backtrack. We hear her scream at the top of over the hill, so we're like, crap, the bear's got her or something. We go hauling up there to save her or see what's going on, and she found the trail finally. She's doing this happy dance, and my other friend was so happy too. She goes, "Oh my gosh, I've been so terrified tonight that I haven't even bothered to stop to pee. I'm gonna finally pee." So I have my camera out. I'm taking pictures because I want to remember this. So I didn't really hear her because we were too busy shrieking and laughing. She drops trowel with her backpack still on her back and squats to go pee, starts peeing. like straight into the dirt, but then her legs give out and she just sits straight down in the mud puddle. Right as I right as I whip around and take a photo, and there's like a bright.
Did you keep the picture?
She made me delete it, actually. She was furious.
You could have taken a picture of the imprint she left in the mud. It probably looked like a moose went by.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Was that a footprint? Nah.
That's a big one. I bet that's 1,000-pounder up here on this hill.
I didn't know there were camels here.
I didn't either.
Why? Why would you take teriyaki flavored anything on a hike in Alaska?
I can't imagine.
Bears, man.
I can't imagine.
I mean,
Sure,
there
it's
is, but
delicious.
you can still take stuff. You just got to put it up in a tree or a bear bag or whatever.
But how far away does
you
that
still
need to be
stuff
from you? Right?
But you still need stuff to eat while you're on that hike.
I know, but dude, bring boiled Brussels sprouts or something. Nobody wants to.
Look, you can throw it up 20, 30 feet. But one thing my scoutmaster always told me, he's like, look, if you don't think a bear can climb that tree and get anything in there, you're wrong. So you can put it up there to make it somewhat of a deterrent from smell, but they can smell everything anywhere.
No, my thing is not a deterrent from the smell. Just I don't need you to drink that smell to my tent.
Right. I mean, you're basically opening up a restaurant in the middle of the woods for anything that's wild out there. Like, smell this? This is what we got. Come on.
I mean, I had a buddy that got like a pass to go up there and hike around, McKinley?
Yeah.
And there was like part of that hike where he just had to I'm pretty sure he had to call his wife and a couple other people and just be like, hey, I'm going to be without cell phone for 4 days. Just let everybody know I love them. There's a lot of bears out here. There might be a chance that he was fine. He wants to do it again. But yeah.
He wants to do it again.
Oh, he loves it.
Okay.
But it is definitely intense. He was like, no, dude, it's that. You know what I mean? You still got to bring stuff you can. MREs and jerky is easy, but he's like, you got to be very careful about putting it in that bear bag and putting it somewhere every night.
And when it's snowing like that and you're post-holing, you're not really thirsty. So
Right.
You're not keeping yourself hydrated. I mean, nearly as well as you should. It's just one of those things you don't think about because every time you pick your leg up and put it down, it sinks 1.5 feet down in the snow where the ground is. And you just keep doing that over and over. So you're lifting your knees as high as you can with big-ass, probably plastic boots on, which weigh more than not. You got a backpack on, that she said, with 30 pounds.
She could have drank some of that
You
away.
feel like ass by the time that's all said and done.
I mean, look, man, Alaska, my only thought is bears. We did that hike up the mountain. Nothing like she was doing, I doubt. But still have my head on a swivel in case there's bears, right? Because they're everywhere. And keep in mind, when we got there, all right, so we land, we get to we're in Anchorage. We're in downtown Anchorage. And they have the newspaper sitting on the table when you go into the hotel room. Miles just reads this headline, something like second jogger attacked in the last
at Centennial Park.
Couple of weeks at Centennial Park.
By a bear.
And I just said, look, man, here's how we solve that problem. Don't go to Centennial Park. So we look at a map to find Centennial Park, and what we realized was when you look out of our window, directly across the street was Centennial Park.
Yeah, we walked outside, man. There's a big wrought iron grate sign. Centennial Park.
I'm like, we are downtown.
Yeah.
This bear is rolling through downtown.
It was right between the Marriott and Captain Cook's Hotel. I mean, it was directly
and it was
downtown in Anchorage. Yeah.
This was a grizzly bear. So when we're walking around at night, man, smoking cigarettes half drunk, it sounds stupid. Even though we're downtown, it's like, man, keep your eyes open for that goddamn grizzly bear. Because that thing is somewhere around here. So I can't imagine walking out of the woods. I got teriyaki. No, man.
Can't do it.
Check your flavors before you go.
I just can't imagine cooking meat on an open flame or on a pink one stove, out in the middle of Alaska, knowing that that the only thing that it smells good to other than you is everything else in the wild around you.
I mean, that'd be like tying a pork chop to your neck and jumping into the Amazon because there's piranha.
Okay, the one time that we went camping with Boy Scouts, where we actually had to put all of our food into bear-proof canisters.
Yeah.
They were kind of heavy on the fact, let's not do anything that's terribly pungent here, guys. Let's stick with dehydrated meals that you then have to,
What did you guys basically eat? What has the least scent?
So they actually do have little packages that are just dehydrated meals that they're basically MREs that you can get at REI and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I think I had a spaghetti with meatballs, but
yeah, they're much better now than they ever were back in the day.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Yeah. I promise I got rained out of that one, so I had to bail out early. I couldn't find my food.
You couldn't find your food?
I took the wrong duck hunt thing up there, dude. I got all the way to the top. I am rained out, okay? It is absolutely storming this entire day. I finally get my tent up. It is just disgusting outside. I open up my little bear canister, and there's nothing inside.
Oh, damn.
Damn. It was terrible.
When did your feet or your legs do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Explore Europe the striped way with Condor Airlines. Fly nonstop to Frankfurt and connect across Europe. From Venice to Barcelona to Budapest, your vacation starts on board. Condor, 70 years of passion in the skies. Visit condor.com today.
All right, the wait is over. Fiber-powered Wi-Fi from Xfinity is finally here. We're talking fast, reliable Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work better together. From gaming to streaming to working from home, and enjoy low lag when you're gaming or video chatting. It's Wi-Fi so smart it can heal itself if there's a problem. And with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you can lock in your price with no contracts or commitments. So get on it. Visit Xfinity.com today. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only. Fiber connected to premises by coax.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Washing your dishes before you wash your dishes? Dirty Labs believes going green in the kitchen should not mean doing extra work. Their bioenzyme dishwasher detergent cuts through stuck-on food and leaves dishes sparkling, without compromising on safety or performance. No pre-rinse, no post-rinse, no compromise. Just powerful cleaning made without harsh chemicals. If Dirty Labs can't make you believe in the power of green cleaning, nothing will. Head to dirtylabs.com and use code PODCAST to get 20% off your first order.
Hi, I'm Steph, and I work at United Healthcare. When I think about United Healthcare's members, I think of my own family. My niece was diagnosed with an ultra-rare genetic disorder. I know how hard it is for families. At United Healthcare, we can make it easier.
I'm Brian. I care because I know what it's like to not speak the language. It's not easy. Health insurance is complicated. I would say our job is to make everything easy for our UHC members. I work for United Healthcare. I'm committed to care.
This Father's Day at Lowe's, we have extra big deals for a very limited time, so you can get Dad the gift he's been wishing for. Get a free Select Craftsman, DeWalt, or Cobalt battery when you buy a Select Combo Kit. Plus, save $90 on a Cobalt 24-volt battery string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit. Now $129. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/15 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
The NBA season may be coming to an end, but the games are just beginning online. NBA The Run is a new, fast-paced 3v3 street ball game played above the rim and filled with posterizing moments, ankle-breaking tricks, and all-out physicality on defense. Inspired by the golden age of arcade sports games of the past with a unique, stylized, signature look and feel, no other basketball game looks or plays like NBA The Run. Create non-stop highlights on both sides of the ball with your favorite NBA stars like SGA, Giannis, Steph, LaMelo, Luka, Jalen Brunson, and more. In NBA The Run, every game puts you into an online 3v3 knockout tournament, taking you and your squad to iconic street ball courts around the world, from Venice Beach to the Philippines, New York to Beijing, just to name a few. Build the right team to stack wins and become the GOAT of the Run. NBA The Run is out now for PlayStation 5, Xbox, and Steam on PC for just $29.99. Visit NBATheRun.com for more information. Let's run!
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Guy in England miraculously survived after sustaining a broken neck, fractured spine, smashed ribs, blood in his lungs, and other car crash evoking injuries after he tripped over his cat. I can't remember much, just falling fast. It was quick. It was over within seconds. Then I was at the bottom. The freak, as they say, apocalypse meow accident.
Oh, boy.
Reportedly occurred on a night back in October when the professional musician was home alone with his hairless Egyptian Sphinx kitten, Eric Morecambe.
That's the cat's name.
Eric Morecambe. A disaster struck after the wrinkly kitty, apparently feeling playful, dove out and latched onto one of the owner's legs while he's coming down the stairs. It took a bit of a chunk out of my leg, then I lost my footing. He reportedly tumbled down 14 steps before arriving at the bottom, where he lay unable to move. His injuries included a fractured skull, a broken bone in the neck, 9 broken ribs, and blood in the lungs. Now, Eric Morecambe, the cat responsible for his life-altering wipeout, says it's going to be 6 to 12 months until this guy is back on his feet. The massively injured man didn't realize the extent of his injuries at the time. However, paramedics later revealed that he'd suffered all those different things. Unfortunately, his wife, Jackie, a children's care worker, was working nights at the time, therefore unable to come to his aid. As a result, he lied unattended for 14 hours in a pool of his own blood.
Jesus.
My phone was dead. I couldn't get up. I physically couldn't get up. It's the hardest sensation. It's almost like claustrophobia. You can't get out. You can't physically get anywhere or do anything. It wasn't until the next morning that the man's wife arrived and discovered her husband spread eagle at the bottom of the steps. By the way, he's a musician. He is a vocalist.
Oh, really?
So to break all those ribs, puncture your
blood in his lungs, yeah.
All that stuff is not good. I normally get home at about 8:30, but that day I got held back at work. I didn't get home until 10. I opened the door and heard him screaming and saw the blood. He was saying, "Oh, you're home, help." By this time, he dragged himself onto the landing. They then dialed emergency services. They were there within minutes, whereupon he was quickly taken to a local hospital. Our question, when did your feet or your legs do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Still want a hairless cat?
I mean, I kind of do.
It was zero help.
But then again, that cat took a chunk out of his leg when it bit him when he was going down the steps. That's your pet. Pets don't normally take a chunk out of your body.
Now, wait. Most of the cats you've owned are prone to do that, right?
Yeah. One.
The one that bit your nose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One cat that was blind and deaf. Scared to death.
But sure played a mean pinball. Mm-hmm. Hello, Joshua. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola!
So, my story happened when I was summer of my 13th birthday. Had a whitewater rafting trip planned 2 weeks before that. 2 ingrown toenails in both my big toes on both sides. And having to get them surgically doctored and taken care of.
Did you not cut your toenails?
I did cut my toenails. I do cut my toenails. I have to cut my toenails. I cut my toenails in a straight line.
Yes.
And they had done one procedure before where they had fixed one side of one of my nails on my right toe, but they didn't do it well enough. And so it overgrew and the ingrown part again. And then it started on the other side. So I had both of my big toes on both sides ingrown at the same time.
How does that happen? I've known a lot of people that have had ingrown toenails, but what is the leading cause of that? How does that happen?
And the way the doctor explained it to me was the root at the base of where your toe turns into your toenail.
Mm-hmm.
it has it doesn't line up straight. It's supposed to go straight out, but some of them, for some reason or another, genetics or whatnot, they can become curved. And so your nail grows, instead of growing straight out, it grows out and then it turns as it follows the root from the inside of your foot.
I'm guessing you didn't go on your whitewater rafting trip.
No, I ended up with both of my feet bandaged for a week because after the surgery, I had to wait for the toenail to regrow hard enough to where I could take the bandages off.
So do they remove the entire toenail then when they do this surgery?
Yes, they took both of the entire toenails off. They used a silver iodine on two Q-tips on either side of my toe. They had it inserted, the Q-tips, with this silver stuff that basically it kills the root. And so now my toes only grow my big toes only grow a toenail in the middle of my toe.
Okay.
In the middle of your toe.
So what, do they start in the middle and work their way out, or do they start in the back and stop in the middle?
They grow from the back all the way to the front, but it's only the middle section of my toe that has a hard nail on it. Either side of my toes have a very soft, almost a brittle feeling, like when you break your nail, but it doesn't come all the way off, kind of.
That's better than becoming ingrown again.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, though, man.
Yeah.
And from that time on, I've never had any other problems with the ingrown toenails. But
yeah, I would imagine you're on top. Somebody else here on YouTube, they said, had the same thing happen both toes, both sides, couldn't walk for 8 days. He says, mine left a strip-on toenails on both toes.
Okay.
God.
I was in...
I think it's just hard to cut your nail straight across on the big toe. I feel like it just kind of naturally curves.
It does, but look, man, if I had to go through that, like, whatever I got to do to cut it straight is what I am doing.
Can't remember if it was junior high or high school. We just didn't know any better. After gym class or practice or whatever the deal was, there was a group shower. Everybody went in there, took a shower. You got dressed, and you went home. And I never wore flip-flops in the shower. Now, this shower was probably 8 to 10 heads in there as far as individual stalls, but just one big room.
Yeah.
And I got a plantar wart. And I don't know if I've probably had maybe 3 warts in my lifetime. It's just not something that I just don't get warty.
Yeah, I've never had a wart.
But I had one, and it was on the bottom of my heel of my foot. Now, they call it a seed. I don't know if it's a seed or not, but there's like a root system in the bottom of this thing. So they basically...
So is a wart a living thing? Is it its own kind of...
I'm assuming it kind of is.
It's a virus, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Let me see.
I feel like when I was like a teenager, I would get them once in a while. Like, I remember having one on my finger.
Okay, so this is what it looks like.
Okay.
All right, but you got to get in there and you got to dig that damn thing out. So mine was like more like this. It was there. So they numb your toe, they numb your foot, and then they literally get in there and dig the damn thing out. I don't care how many locals they put in there. I don't care how many drugs they put you on. I just remembered I could not believe the pain of something digging into the heel of the bottom.
Even with all the locals and everything.
Everything. I mean, I could feel almost all of it. And it was just, it was the worst thing. So from that point in time on, I learned that my doctor told me, always have a pair of shower flip-flops.
Oh, yeah.
Do not ever go into a communal shower without flip-flops on. So at first, I was like the pioneer of it. So everybody on the team or anybody in the, whatever practice or whatever you're doing, I was the only one wearing flip-flops. And when I showed them the hole that the bacteria had eaten through on the bottom of my foot, they're like, dude,
I'm on it.
Everybody got flip-flops. Every single person in there.
Right, I mean, that's standard practice now. Because my son just started football practice as of yesterday.
And get the flip-flops with the holes in them.
What do you mean?
Like, you could wear regular flip-flops, but they're going to stay wet and damp. Whereas, like, the one with the holes keep your foot elevated off the shower ground, but yet the water will just kind of run through them.
See, that's my thought. So he started football practice yesterday for high school. It was the first year playing, freshman high school, whatever. And, my wife, being a mother, worried about him getting hurt. He's going to do this. And honest to God, my thing is like the locker room, man, hygiene.
Okay.
And I definitely thought about, like, it's football. You're going to take a hit. It's going to hurt. Don't get injured, but it's going to hurt. That's the nature of the sport. But, like, don't get something gross like you're planning to order MRSA or some other thing.
The only worst thing is you got to figure out where to put his gear. When you bring that stuff in, you've never smelled anything.
It's going in the
I've heard
garage.
hockey guys have it worse.
I've heard hockey's the worst.
Hockey gear is pretty funky.
But I'm telling you, man, football stuff is because it's every night. You need to wash that stuff every night because you're sweating in it. It stinks. I mean, you could go
They
2
have
days.
8 practices in the next 2 weeks.
But if you're putting on pads, at least in our day, I mean, your bag reeked. I mean, my stepfather used to bitch about that. He's like, put that bag in the garage.
That is where his stuff is going.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already had the
no way.
I don't know that I ever brought my pads home once I was in high school. You could just leave them in the locker at the school.
Yeah, because they're
I mean,
not
I would
coming
bring
to the
home like
house.
my pants, my girdle, my jersey, the practice jersey to wash it.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure that was like a rule in my house. Like, do not bring those shoulder pads home.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean,
We've already started the rule.
You
Like,
can wash them. Right.
You
It's
can.
just, I just think most people, when you just think about washing the jersey and everything, and
I
then
will wash them with a hose
by
outdoors.
by like October, man, those pads reek.
Oh, yeah. It's terrible. When did your feet or your legs do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Wanda. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
Oh, my legs and feet have done me dirty many a time. But two times are most memorable.
All right.
I can fall upstairs. I can fall downstairs. I can trip over flat ground. But one afternoon, I was walking out my house down the back porch to our detached garage. And at some point, I slipped. I knocked myself out. I did not know it. I continued down to the garage, grabbed the screwdriver, came back in the house, and I was rubbing my head. And my husband goes, "What did you do?" He said that I did not know my name. I did not know my date of birth. So we went to the emergency room, and I had a concussion.
Ooh. See, I would have had sex first. Because then it's like having sex with a stranger. Then you go to the hospital, you see. Because I could tell you your name is like Peggy.
Yeah.
You know, and you'd be like, okay.
That's the name you'd pick?
Peggy, let's have some sex.
Peggy?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm going Lexi or something. You know, something hot, man.
All right.
Peggy. What's my name? Maud.
Call me Daddy.
It's Bertha. So how did you knock yourself out and you didn't even know that you knocked yourself out?
I had some of the Crocs on, and we had some fungus on, some mold on the steps, and I slipped on it. Didn't know that I did, that it just went out from underneath of me. And the only reason we were able to figure it out, what I had done, is because we had some security cameras, and we went back and backtracked and looked through it, and then we found me disappear, and that's the only thing that we could figure out, because I was rubbing the back of my head. It's like, had no idea.
Have you always been clumsy?
Well, I have to tell you, I'm a little clumsy. And there's one story I can share about my mom just last week. My mom is 81, and she lives by herself. She was taking her trash can out, and she tripped over her own 2 feet, and she lived the commercial, "I've fallen, and I can't get up."
How long was she down?
Well, she said about a half an hour before she decided to call me and say, "Wanda, I can't get up."
She waited 30 minutes.
I think Peggy's fair to Wanda, don't you? I mean, it's kind of close.
What tops that is I've been checking in on her every day, making sure everything's okay. And she calls me today, and I work as a high school teacher, and leaves me a message saying, "I'm fine, don't worry about me." She'd fallen over the telephone cord in her bedroom today.
Time to get rid of the landline.
Yeah.
Time to get rid of the landline for that reason alone, man.
Jesus. Are you still teaching now, or your school done?
Oh, no, I got 3 more days.
3 more days. What subject do you teach, or what grade?
I actually teach high school special education math.
Okay.
All right.
You still couldn't help me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm absolutely horrible. I couldn't even pass that.
I had to tap out in 6th grade. And my kids would bring home, hey, can you help me with this? I could look at it like, absolutely. Then they hit 6th grade, and introduction of algebra, basically, is what it comes down to. And I'm like, hey, listen, guys, I'm going to be dead honest with you, man. See all those letters? And they're like, yeah, this is where Dad can't help you. Math is numbers. I understand why the letters are there, but I don't play those games that those mathematical equations are asking, and ask your mother.
I'll tell you what.
She appreciated that, by
I
the
am
way.
terrified of falling. That is one of mine. Just living alone, I'm terrified of it. My uncle, he went to see a friend. Can't remember where he lived, like rural Virginia or something. But this guy that he knew growing up bought an old farmhouse. And my uncle, I believe, was staying in the attic. And the attic, all the staircases were incredibly narrow.
Yep.
And the steps were higher than normal side steps. And there was more of a straight down slant to it. And they're all wooden. And he's wearing socks. And I don't know.
Don't do it, man.
He went downstairs for something, man. And that was the last thing he remembers. He does not remember anything else. I mean, obviously, he took a header and went all the way down, just slipping off the back of his heel. But that's all he remembers. And he was messed up, like neck, back, everything. Like
I never messed myself up bad, but the first house we got in Baltimore, big ass row home, 3 stories, but it's all wooden stairs, all wooden surfaces. I'd never lived in a place like that before, but like any teenager, I was always in my socks. And on day 2, I made it from the top staircase to the bottom real quick, and never again. And I mean, it was just like tailbone all the way down. And my dad's like, "Why we're in socks, dummy?" And I'm like, bro, everywhere we've grown up has had carpet. This is and also at that age, I think I was 14 at the time, so my feet are hitting size 13, but my body is not there yet. So I couldn't even go up the stairs without tripping. Kicking stuff. Oh, yeah. I went all
my
the way
sister
down.
still lives in one of those houses. My mom has already broke her shoulder once falling down a few years ago. But same thing. It's like
wear shoes or go barefoot.
You got to wear
man.
shoes. You got to wear those socks with the grippy
grips,
socks.
yeah.
Right, like to the point of even if she gets up to go to the bathroom, it's like, do you have the grippy socks on?
Yeah, that is no joke.
Put them on, and you're right. Look,
they're steeper. They're
I
taller.
hate going up and down her stairwell, and I'm fine. Right, but it's just steep, and they don't seem very big.
One of the greatest images I've seen of feet and legs. So I get this house, I get it inspected, and the guy says, "Look, you're definitely going to have to replace the roof and the sheathing."
Yeah.
Okay. He went in underneath the attic. It was one floor place. He did not get up on top of the roof. He was just basically underneath saying, yeah, the sheathing is old, whatever it was, 30 years old, something like that, 35 years old. All this stuff needs to be replaced. So I call a roofer. And he comes out to give me an estimate. Now, keep in mind, it's a one-story home, but it's got kind of a little bit more of an art ceiling.
Yeah.
All right? But it's not a cathedral ceiling. It's just a regular truss roof. So I walk around the back of the house because I'm looking at something else. And he is up on the roof. And I look up to see where he is, and he's gone. And I hear this faint sound of and I couldn't see exactly where he fell through the roof.
Yeah.
But he fell straight through it. All right? So keep in mind, this repair was 4 to 6 weeks out to get the time frame done on this. So when he crashes through the roof, they immediately push this up to the next day. But when I walked into my living room, it's just his 2 legs coming through my dining room ceiling. He'd fallen about 6 to 7 feet through the attic area, and his feet are dangling. And a 2x6 stopped him right in the
gooch.
In the gooch.
Oh, yeah.
So one leg on each side of that 2x6 are coming through, and all I see is these work boots. Him going, oh, see if you can push one of my feet out. But then again, all right, there's also no light in there. So I kind of had to find where that pull-down ladder is in my house.
Oh, right.
Okay, ease your way over here. And he's crawling through frickin' insulation and everything else trying to get down. I finally got a flashlight. I'm like, dude, I'm over here. What did your feet or your legs do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
This Father's Day at Lowe's, we have extra big deals for a very limited time, so you can get Dad the gift he's been wishing for. Get a free Select Craftsman, DeWalt, or Cobalt battery when you buy a Select Combo Kit. Plus, save $90 on a Cobalt 24-volt battery string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit. Now $129. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/15 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
The NBA season may be coming to an end, but the games are just beginning online. NBA The Run is a new, fast-paced 3v3 street ball game played above the rim and filled with posterizing moments, ankle-breaking tricks, and all-out physicality on defense. Inspired by the golden age of arcade sports games of the past with a unique, stylized, signature look and feel, no other basketball game looks or plays like NBA The Run. Create non-stop highlights on both sides of the ball with your favorite NBA stars like SGA, Giannis, Steph, LaMelo, Luka, Jalen Brunson, and more. In NBA The Run, every game puts you into an online 3v3 knockout tournament, taking you and your squad to iconic street ball courts around the world, from Venice Beach to the Philippines, New York to Beijing, just to name a few. Build the right team to stack wins and become the GOAT of the run. NBA The Run is out now for PlayStation 5, Xbox, and Steam on PC for just $29.99. Visit NBATheRun.com for more information. Let's run!
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
When everything at work is on fire, deadlines are slipping, and your entire team just won the lottery, you think, this is a job for sponsored jobs. When you need a hiring hero, an Indeed sponsored job will match you with quality candidates. Phew! Sponsored jobs boost your job post and search results so you can reach the people that can help your business thrive. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, you only pay for results. Join the 3.3 million employers worldwide that use Indeed to connect with quality talent that fits their needs. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Coming up, we're going to sit and spin in honor of the World Cup coming to Seattle. We've got 10 songs about balls.
Balls!
Coming up at 4:30 right after emails on our question, when did your feet or legs do you dirty? This woman's legs did her dirty. Woman who was visiting a meteorite crater near Alice Springs, Australia, was left feeling shaken by the ordeal. What started as a routine trip to the bathroom ended in horror after a long drop toilet collapsed in the Northern Territory.
Long drop toilet?
Basically, that's where they dig a big, deep hole in the ground.
They're saying it's deeper than your average.
It's about 10 feet. You'll see these at state and national parks. They smell awful. There's mosquitoes in them. You can look down into the hole, and basically that's all it is. They'll pour some lime down there on occasion. That's right. All they can really do. But
somehow, even when it's cold, they still smell.
Mm-hmm.
There's still bugs. It's like, how is there bugs? It is freezing out here.
She was in it waist deep for several hours before she was rescued by tradesmen. Her legs were basically vacuumed into the excrement.
God.
The woman was visiting the crater with her partner and 2 children. She entered the toilet on Sunday afternoon, did not emerge for 3 hours. As they say, long drop toilets are unlike traditional modern latrines. They use a deep dugout pit to collect waste, typically connected to a pan or toilet seat, and they are pretty common in remote areas. They are investigating the accident. A witness who spoke to a news outlet on a condition of being anonymous said the visitor was in deep S, standing up to her waist in waist. There's S, literal nappies, pee, all in that hole, they told the outlet. But she was stuck up to her legs. She could not move her legs. The witness said the woman's partner had driven up a highway in a bid to find phone reception and get help when someone happened by. He was able to lower a tow rope into the hole far enough for the woman to stand on it and used his car to pull her out with a rope.
And we all know it sounded like when you dump cranberry sauce out of the can.
They said the process took an agonizing 45 minutes. She was unhurt except for a few cuts and was feeling understandably shaken, according to a witness. Images of the outhouse show the site cordoned off with caution tape.
Yeah.
This won't feature in tourism brochures, the blog wrote. Someone's in a lot of S for this one. It's not the first time a long drop toilet has caused problems. In 2024, county fire crews were called to a property near Victoria after a man became stuck in one in the dead of the night. Took him about an hour to get out. Our question, when did your feet or your legs do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, John.
Come on, John.
Hey, John.
Yes, it's me.
Hola.
Got you, John.
Hola. You forgot. I didn't get my name.
Hola.
Hey, I fell out of my semi at work because my ankle gave out, and I broke my back, and it took them 4 hours to realize it at the hospital when they took me by ambulance. Then I told the doctor I couldn't breathe, and she says, well, let's get you back in and check out your back. And turns out she comes back and says, yeah, you're right. You broke your back.
It took them 4 hours to figure out you had a broken back.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe. I was sitting in the hallway on a gurney on a bed, and because when I got there by the ambulance, they told the ambulance driver we don't have a bed, and he's like, you're gonna find a bed for him.
So what? You were stepping out of your truck, your ankle gave out, and you just fell down to the ground.
Yeah, out of my semi, yes.
Damn, man.
Okay.
In between, I can't even say what I fell into, but yeah, I fell and they had to fuse my T6 to my T9 between my shoulder blades, and few surgeries. I'm gonna have the second surgery on my right shoulder here whenever they call.
Are you going to be able to drive a truck again after all this?
I don't know.
Jeez, man.
I don't know, but it's been 2 years, and I haven't. My clubs have been sitting here, my golf clubs, and I was going to go play golf with you guys, but I couldn't play.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
The broken back. But the good news is, I think, from a driving standpoint and a seated standpoint, the fact that it was your upper back instead of your lower back, I think gives you a better chance to get back to work.
But my question, do you want to climb in and out of a semi just based on the simple height, even with your upper back? You know what I mean? Just climbing up to get in. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you got to use your right hand and your left hand. You got to use that 3 points contact when you get in and get out of the semi. And I did, but my ankle gave out and I went flying down to the ground.
Do you have a history of bum ankles, or did it just go out for no reason?
No, we were doing 70+ hours a week. And I was trying to help the guy out, and I helped the guy out, and I pulled my truck up to weigh, and I fell out of my semi, and it was not fun. And it hasn't been fun watching my wife go to work every day and me sitting at home doing nothing.
You fell out of the truck at the weigh-in station?
At our work, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. I've told you this story before. I've broke and sprained ankles 7 times.
Damn.
I think 8, actually. But the worst one was I was running, and I was about 2.5 miles, because I was doing a 5-mile loop then at the time, like 3 times a week or whatever. And I'm the farthest point I can be from my home.
Of course.
And this is 95, 94, way before cell phones. And I stepped in a pothole when I was running, and I mean, my ankle just snapped in half. And I was on a kind of a remote road where there were really no homes.
Yeah.
So I crawled on the road. I remember it was raining that day.
Of course it was.
And I don't know, man, if you've ever put knees to pavement or just sometimes knees to hardwood, man, you can only do it for so long.
Right.
And I really only had one leg to push with. And my foot is dangling. It's like I'm dragging it. I'm like, oh, God. So I pull myself, and of course, the first house I come to has like 2 sets of steps that get up to the front porch of the house, like one to the yard and then another set to the porch. I crawl up this home, and I think I was doing mornings at the time, so I might have been home by noon or something like that.
Yeah.
Either way, the fact that someone was home and not at work was amazing.
Is good, yeah.
So I'm knocking on the door. I'm banging on the door. I'm on my hands and knees. And
not a great look when someone opens the door.
No, this guy cracks the door a little bit and looks down and like, sir, I need your help. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just twisted my ankle, man. Bad. I stepped in that pothole. He's like, oh, yeah, a big pothole. I'm like, yes, the big pothole. I stepped in it. He knew the pothole. And he's like, oh, man, that looks messed up. I said, is there any way you could give me a ride back home? He was cool enough to give me a ride back home. Again, it was raining. I'm soaking wet.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm in no business being in someone else's car, but I've got mud all over my knees. I've crawled for, what seemed like a mile. It was probably, 100 yards. Anyway, so I get home, and I know I got to go to the hospital. It's my left ankle. And I had a stick shift at the time. And the first road that I had to get on was a lot like Aurora. So it's an old U.S. highway. And I'm going to take myself to North Arundel, which is up on 100. So I start going. I don't have that far to go. But every single light I hit turned red. Now,
and you're in a manual?
I'm driving.
That's a lot of stopping.
I'm driving a car with a clutch. And I'm having to take my hand and push down on my knee to get the clutch down to get into gear.
Right.
And I mean, every time I did this, I just screamed out in agony. And there was absolutely no way that I could not get a green light to save my life. So I finally pull into the hospital. This is messed up, actually. I pulled into the hospital where I saw an emergency exit on the side of the building, emergency room. All right. So I pull into that little roundabout there, and I open the door, and I crawl up to the door. It's a double glass door. It should be automatic. There is a sign on the door that says, emergency room has been moved to the other side of the building. No. True story. So I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be. I'm banging on the door. There's nobody on that side of the hospital. I'm like, oh, God. I crawl back to my car, and I pull around to where the new emergency room is on the other side of the hospital, pull into there. And there are a couple EMTs. They just dropped someone off. And I opened the door and I'm like, brother, I need your help bad, man. I was like, is there any way that you can just park my car, man, in a spot? Because I pulled up like right in front of the double doors. I'm like, and he's like, yeah, man, sure, I'll park your car. So he parks the car for me, comes back in, gives me the keys, looks at my ankle and goes, oh, man. And I hadn't been really helped yet. So he gets a wheelchair, puts me in the wheelchair, sets me up and all that stuff. And I finally got, cast and all that crap. But I mean, every light turned red. Like they couldn't time out one of them. Not one of them the entire way. And then, of course, you got to get into gear again. So I'm like, it's like three gears.
Right.
To at least get into third, to make sure I'm going like, I don't know, highway speed. I mean, it was like one thing after another. And by the time I got home, my wife at the time was like, what in the hell happened to you? Where you been, man? Because I was supposed to be home. Again, this is the days before cell phones and everything else. I didn't even, at the time, I didn't even have a work number. Like, I never it just wasn't that era where, I'll be home at 5, 6 o'clock. I'll see you there. You go to work, you come home, and that's pretty well the end of it.
The good old days.
Yeah. But, man, I could have used your help that day. Jesus Christ.
Well, even back then, though, if you missed something you were supposed to do, it was just accept it.
Right. There's no way
now
you can
with
reach
cell
out.
phones, it's like you got to have some excuse or something. It's like maybe just something happened.
40 takes, 500 calls. Just like, come on, man.
But I do have a superstition that I've always kept, which is every time something like this happens to me, I look at those crutches, and they weren't like the good metal ones. They were just the wooden ones that they kind of give you. I'm sure you pay for them. But
you do.
Keep them in a closet, and I go through a closet, moving stuff out or whatever. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get rid of these crutches. And then I swear to Christ, within a matter of weeks, I have broken or sprained another ankle.
Yeah.
I've done this probably 3 or 4 times in various moves.
Don't get rid of crutches if they give you crutches, man.
They could be sitting in a closet for 2 years. I'm moving to a different apartment. I'm like, I don't need these anymore. Throw them away. I will trip on the steps going into that apartment, loading crap in, and break or sprain my ankle again. So I do have a pair of crutches that I have not gotten rid of, that I've kept since the last time. And I'm on about a 10-year, 11-year, 12-year streak.
I have a pair in my home.
I got a pair in my garage. I had it for like 20 years.
Yeah.
This Father's Day at Lowe's, we have extra big deals for a very limited time, so you can get Dad the gift he's been wishing for. Get a free Select Craftsman, DeWalt, or Cobalt battery when you buy a Select combo kit. Plus, save $90 on a Cobalt 24-volt battery string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit. Now $129. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/15 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
The NBA season may be coming to an end, but the games are just beginning online. NBA The Run is a new, fast-paced 3v3 street ball game played above the rim and filled with posterizing moments, ankle-breaking tricks, and all-out physicality on defense. Inspired by the golden age of arcade sports games of the past with a unique, stylized, signature look and feel, no other basketball game looks or plays like NBA The Run. Create non-stop highlights on both sides of the ball with your favorite NBA stars like SGA, Giannis, Steph, LaMelo, Luka, Jalen Brunson, and more. In NBA The Run, every game puts you into an online 3v3 knockout tournament, taking you and your squad to iconic street ball courts around the world, from Venice Beach to the Philippines, New York to Beijing, just to name a few. Build the right team to stack wins and become the GOAT of the run. NBA The Run is out now for PlayStation 5, Xbox, and Steam on PC for just $29.99. Visit NBATheRun.com for more information. Let's run!
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
When everything at work is on fire, deadlines are slipping, and your entire team just won the lottery, you think, this is a job for sponsored jobs. When you need a hiring hero, an Indeed sponsored job will match you with quality candidates. Phew! Sponsored jobs boost your job post and search results so you can reach the people that can help your business thrive. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, you only pay for results. Join the 3.3 million employers worldwide that use Indeed to connect with quality talent that fits their needs. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
And my wife, when we were kind of redoing the house, she's like, should we keep these? I said, yes. I said, if we don't, we both know that you would take them out to the dumpster or something and then trip on your way back here. Just as a game. Just keep them in the garage.
Yeah.
It's almost like, putting garlic up to keep vampires away.
It's almost like my good luck charm from not injuring myself.
Yeah.
Just keep a hold of the
Just keep the crap. I'll tell you my issue right now, man. So my dog blew out her ACL. And then as common as that is, they only do surgeries on this on certain days. And because it is common, those days get booked out. So we had to wait like 6 weeks, right? We finally got it done Thursday, Friday. I don't remember which day, but it's just last week. But we took her in for a right ACL. And they said, look, man, when your dog blows out an ACL, there's a really good chance they're going to blow out the other one because they overcompensate. We understand that. So the dog gets to the vet. They call us to say, yeah, we know she was here for the right ACL, but because she's overcompensated so much, we need to do her left ACL first. That's the bad one. So we're like, fine, do what you got to do. My dog, there's nothing naturally calm about her. Like, if she's not asleep, then she's very alert. That's just how it is. But they're like, hey, just keep her calm. Don't let her run. I'm just like, That's like telling the kid, hey, climb in the pool, whatever you do, don't breathe. Don't ever come up for air. We're like, we will do our best. So we have to give her 1.5 times the dose of keep him calm medication.
Yeah.
But either she is dead asleep because she's on that medication, or she's losing her mind. So my wife's already made arrangements with Amazon, like, do not deliver to the front door. Because if you go to the front door, the dog could be on fire. She's going to make it a point to be at the front door and lose her mind. So we're trying to keep her still. She's got the cone on her head and all this kind of thing. But her leg is proving to be a freaking nightmare right now. The good news out of this, they said maybe they won't have to do surgery on the right one. The right one apparently might be able to correct itself in the time it takes for her left one to heal up. But I'm like, this is supposed to be like 6 weeks of this, man.
That's 6 weeks of that dog?
Of that dog specifically. Like, keep her calm. So the stupid thing is, I guess Saturday night, my wife had promised my daughter she would order her yakisoba noodles. My daughter's very specific about these things. But at the time that it came up, I guess all those places were closing, whatever. So Sunday, my daughter says something about yakisoba noodles. I know nothing about this. My wife's like, crap, right? I promised her we'll order them. A little bit earlier in the afternoon. That's literally all we ordered, yakisoba noodles, which seems ridiculous, but hey, that's how we're rolling. All we can do, and it's a family affair, like, listen, when you hear that car come up the driveway, we have to distract the dog, because if she knows someone is going to the door, she's going to tear up the couch. It will not matter what's wrong, but she's going to make it worse. Basically, I just sit outside for like 5 minutes. It's like anything when they're delivering. They're just
Are they any good?
The yakisoba noodles?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They were actually really good, man. They were super
I don't think
good.
I've ever had them.
I don't remember. You probably have. You just didn't know they were yakisoba noodles. Because I don't know
I
if
just
they
don't
were
like them.
until I
They
had
have
them.
I mean, they're fine. They just have kind of a weird flavor to me.
I mean, look, she thinks they're the greatest thing on earth. They're like,
Yeah.
yakisoba noodles for you. Hello, Bruce. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Well, basically, after high school, we used to go down to the river, hang out and drink beer. And I had my bike with me, and I was with my older brother. And as we were down there, we were drinking beers and stuff, and then we decided to leave. Well, I went to go and stand up because I was, like, sitting on my heels, And I always have a problem with my knee popping. And usually I just kind of kick it out. But when I did, it brought me to the ground. It hurt so bad, and it was like, I just couldn't believe the pain. And I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe I need to kick it out, but it was hurting so bad. I was like, I didn't want to do it again. My brother, he called me a girl, and he said, just kick it out, you wuss. And so I gave it a good wound up, and I went to kick it out, and it almost killed me. I mean, I hit the ground just screaming. And so for 2 weeks, I was on my bike with my right foot up on the peg because I couldn't pedal. And I was getting around, like that because my mom was on her honeymoon. To find out after 2 weeks of doing that, when I went to the doctor, they said that a piece of cartilage had broken off underneath my kneecap.
Jesus.
And lodged in sideways and dug into the bone marrow of my knee, which kept it locked.
Cool. Of course, that's what happened.
Now, they basically told me if I ever wanted to walk again, I had to have surgery.
So I'm assuming you did that.
Yeah. Yeah. But it wasn't pleasant, but it was the worst 2 weeks of my life. Getting around town on a bike with my foot up on the pegboard, I couldn't walk. My brother, he wouldn't do anything for me because, he's the older brother.
Damn.
Okay.
All right.
Now, you know that feeling. If you've ever had your kneecap start to slip, there's also a tendon that kind of starts to move into a different place. You feel that it's a terrifying pain that you feel coming on. It's not pain yet. It's that terrifying feeling that it's going to do what it's going to do. And it's kind of like a cramp, man. But it's different. And you try to straighten your leg out
as quick as you can.
And as soon as you maybe lock it in and push it in, you feel the pop of it going back in. You're like, oh my God. Then you get up and you walk around slowly for like 5 minutes just trying to get rid of the numbness and the pain. And sometimes it happens for no reason in the middle of the night.
Mm.
Like you'll be just sleeping.
Or just right. If it's almost like for mine sometimes, if it's like super straight.
Yeah.
Like when I'm laying down and I almost go to bend it, it's like, oh, I got to be careful or it's going to pop out wrong.
God. Have you guys ever passed out on the Yesser before?
Passed out what?
No. Passed out on the Yesser. Drunk.
Yes.
On the toilet?
Yes.
On the toilet, yes.
Yes.
No.
I don't know.
I was hammered.
I don't know the period of time that I was on the toilet. I was probably in my 20s. I don't remember how long I was there. I just know I was able to clean up. And then I basically had to put my hands down on the floor and crawl out until the blood went back into my legs so I could feel my legs to be able to stand up again gingerly and try to walk because I had taken all the blood out of my legs.
I found out that's it's one of the potential side effects of diabetes. I did not know this. It's not a concern of mine. Baltimore being Baltimore, I'm on a bus, and his old brother sits next to me. He's like, "Hey, M-Bomb, let me ask you something, man." I'm like, "What's up, man?" He's like, your legs ever fall asleep while you're taking an S? I thought it was like he's winding up to a joke, and I'm like, "No." He's like, "Man, it happened to me all the time. Apparently it's diabetes." And in that moment, I realized if you have diabetes, there's the possibility that in the time you sit on the toilet, your legs will fall asleep. I was just like, good looking out, old man.
In honor of the World Cup coming to Seattle, we've got 10 songs about balls coming up as we'll sit and spin, and we got your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
This Father's Day at Lowe's, we have extra big deals for a very limited time, so you can get Dad the gift he's been wishing for. Get a free Select Craftsman, DeWalt, or Cobalt battery when you buy a Select combo kit. Plus, save $90 on a Cobalt 24-volt battery string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit. Now $129. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/15 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
The NBA season may be coming to an end, but the games are just beginning online. NBA The Run is a new, fast-paced 3v3 street ball game played above the rim and filled with posterizing moments, ankle-breaking tricks, and all-out physicality on defense. Inspired by the golden age of arcade sports games of the past with a unique, stylized, signature look and feel, no other basketball game looks or plays like NBA The Run. Create non-stop highlights on both sides of the ball with your favorite NBA stars like SGA, Giannis, Steph, LaMelo, Luka, Jalen Brunson, and more. In NBA The Run, every game puts you into an online 3v3 knockout tournament, taking you and your squad to iconic street ball courts around the world, from Venice Beach to the Philippines, New York to Beijing, just to name a few. Build the right team to stack wins and become the GOAT of the run. NBA The Run is out now for PlayStation 5, Xbox, and Steam on PC for just $29.99. Visit NBATheRun.com for more information. Let's run!
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
When everything at work is on fire, deadlines are slipping, and your entire team just won the lottery, you think, this is a job for Sponsored Jobs. When you need a hiring hero, an Indeed Sponsored Job will match you with quality candidates. Phew! Sponsored Jobs boosts your job post and search results so you can reach the people that can help your business thrive. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, you only pay for results. Join the 3.3 million employers worldwide that use Indeed to connect with quality talent that fits their needs. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for Sponsored Jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs. This episode is supported by Ring, because at the end of the day, your home is your sanctuary. And with Ring, it's protected. Whether you're across the house or across the country, keeping an eye on things shouldn't be a mystery. With the battery doorbell, you can keep track of your packages and see more of what's happening at your front door in real time. If you want to make sure your yard is safe at night, the Outdoor Cam Plus delivers a wide field of view and enhanced video clarity with Retinal 2K video. And for the ultimate in detail, you can upgrade to 4K cameras and doorbells featuring Retinal Vision. It gives you ultra-clear footage that actually lets you zoom in without losing those important details. The Ring system is helpful every single day. Like a lot of us, most of our shopping is done online. There's a certain peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly when a package arrives while you're busy at work or running errands. It's not just about the technology. It's about the relief of knowing your home is secure. It's incredibly easy to set up, and it gives you that extra layer of protection for what matters most. Your door, your yard, your home, your peace of mind. With Ring, it's protected. Shop cameras, doorbells, and more right now at ring.com.
PNC Bank brings you Call of the Wild Money Moves. You hear that?
YOLO!
That's an internet troll telling you to put all your money into a single investment.
YOLO!
He wants you to liquidate your emergency fund
YOLO!
and buy a digital racehorse named Silicon Steve.
YOLO!
Stay vigilant. He's very persistent.
YOLO!
Guard against wild money moves with PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.
Let's not get caught with our pants down this summer. You got parties, barbecues, kids using way too much toilet paper, there's old grease going down the drain, and eventually it's gonna fail. And when that happens, I want you to think of me. If you tell Pinky's Plumbing you know Captain Ron and the Wolf, they're gonna give you $100 off just like that. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
From State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
We have a prize coming up on Profile This. Woo! How about that action? 5:15 when we play. If you win on Profile This, you're going to go to Blackberry Smoke. That is Friday night at Emerald Queen Casino.
But more than that,
a $200 dining credit at Slahal at Emerald Queen Casino, going up to the steakhouse for a little dinner before the show. That is the prize.
Those are both good prizes.
It is. It's going to be an awesome night. So if you're interested in that package, play Profile This coming up at 5:15. All right, do we have time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com?
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Few here on your feet or legs doing you dirty, guys. Happened about 3 months ago, maybe 4. I was up for my daily walk with Henry, the 96-pound Wonder Lab, at 4 a.m. Everything was fine. 45 minutes of pure pre-dawn bliss coming down the expansive driveway behind my building when Henry saw something to his right, and I was not quick enough to steady myself. My right ankle folded like a deck of cards. As I lay there, writhing in pain, Henry walks over to me and starts licking my face. At this point, I'm convinced I cannot walk. So I have to crawl, half hobble, back into the building, then make an appointment at an immediate clinic where they tell me that while I have not broken my right ankle, I have torn ligaments and a severe sprain. Now, 12 weeks later, my right ankle is just starting to feel and behave normally again. Guess that's why we haven't seen VD in a while.
That would explain it. Damn, dude.
Does he have an elevator in his building?
He does.
Does he?
Okay, that helps.
Thank God for that.
Otherwise, you have to
That
hang
dog,
your dad's
those dogs.
ass.
I mean, that dog's a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's the brother of the one Taryn has, and that's a lot. And Taryn and Brad have, like, property.
Don't they hate their dog?
I would say they hate him. They're both just, they're all from the same breeder and stuff. And they're all pretty much, which should be the same dog, size-wise. I don't know what it is with Henry and Brute. They're just monsters.
Really?
They're so much bigger. And it appears that there is, like, just no off button on the two of them.
Oh, really?
At all. It is wild.
Okay. Guys, Saturday the 30th, my hub's foot did me dirty in the least dangerous way. Playing fetch with our dogs on our beach and slipped. Body went one way, leg went the other. Double spiral fracture of his tibia. Was he drunk? 100%. We turned brunch into some epic day drinking. Another one, job at Boeing, climbed stairs 40 to 50 times a day, climbing stairs just before quitting time, blew out my knee. surgery, and 6 months of light duty. It's amazing how easily that happens.
Oh, no.
You really don't have to. Granted, it can happen in a traumatic way, but oftentimes it just happens.
I'll say most of the time.
It just gives out. Let's say Mom fell at home this past January, and no one found her for 2 days. She could barely shuffle around with her walker before, and now she can't even stand due to muscle deterioration. That sucks.
Mm-hmm. I've said this before, and it's hard because a lot of older people don't want to go into a facility or a home, but it's like, that's part of the reason. It's just for falls or right.
Yeah,
Losing like my mom, like she lost her sense of smell. She would have no idea if her place was on fire.
That's a problem.
Right. Here's a couple of bitches. As a kid, I was in charge of feeding the pets, cats and dogs, 2 of each. Went outside to do said chore and stepped on a gift from the cat. Mouse guts. Squished between my toes and everything. Nasty. And another one. In a drunken rage, I was so pissed at my husband that I kicked a kitchen cabinet while I was barefoot. Broke my foot and had to wear a boot for 6 weeks. Not my brightest moment. Another tripped over my shoes going down the stairs, fell about 6 stairs down to the bottom. I was 5 months pregnant at the time. Baby was all good, but damn, if it didn't hurt my pride and dignity, even though no one was there to witness it. Another one. Crossed my legs to sneeze, so I didn't pee my pants. Sneezed so hard that I tore my ACL.
Oh.
That's my saga right there from Jamie.
Just pee yourself.
I feel like I've heard stories of people tearing other stuff, but not their knees.
Yeah.
And like a lower back or something.
Another pregnant one. 7.5 months pregnant. Fell down the steps. Feet fell out from underneath me. Fell on my back. Broke my big toe. Compressed and fractured 2 of my vertebrae. Damn. All right, I do believe we have, what do we got? One birthday here brought to you by Minzer Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Those girls were a lot of fun at the golf tournament yesterday.
Good seeing them out there.
Oh, yeah. They're having a blast. And people love that salsa, man.
Because it's good.
Even the crows. They're tearing it up. Never seen it. Well, I've never seen a crow eat vegetables. Have you?
That's a good point. No, man.
I mean, they were going into the salsa.
Hey, San Juan, if you don't use that,
that's a selling point.
Hey, even crows will eat it.
Yeah. Let's say, guys, it's my son.
Salsa. A lot of people don't eat vegetables. They'll eat
salsa. I eat salsa. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't thinking about you, but good pride.
I'm the best example of that. Yeah.
Guys, it's my son Xavier's 11th birthday. Can he get Goofy and Mickey talking about what he should do tonight? And maybe a fart montage.
How old?
Thanks, guys.
11.
He's 11. That from Ricky.
Oh, my God.
Well, gosh, it is your birthday, so I'm hoping to get a lot of ice cream. Now, if you're like old Goofy, the more ice cream you eat, the more chance you can make your own fart montage. So just walk around with your finger out and ask everyone around you to pull your finger and let her rip.
Ah, and for dinner, you can get whatever you want. Just make sure you make it a double cheeseburger, double large pizza. Dad's got to get it for you.
It's the day of the double.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Think about a couple extra emails. This one on the subject of best worst advice, kind of like hitting it with a driver long and to the right. Bacholas, back in 1995. I was a ski bum living in a condo with 6 other young idiots. I was a newly minted college graduate, slumming around as a ski instructor in Colorado. One of my buddies, a real hustler kind of guy, he had some investments while living on his minimal ski patrol salary, came up to me one day, and since I was a smart college graduate, he asked me my opinion about Apple and the stock. At the time, Apple was in the esser. Steve Jobs had left. Microsoft had floated Apple a loan to keep them afloat. Buddy had about 2,000 shares in Apple at 25 cents each. I told him the hard truth. Apple's going nowhere. Dump the stock.
Oh.
He dumped it. And thank God we were both stoned most of 95. Because if he remembered my advice today, he'd come after my ass for $500,000 that he does not have, based on my advice. That from Thomas, the U.S. ambassador to Algonia.
Yeah, dump it, dude. It's going nowhere.
Wow. And one more. This is on Food Arguments Revisited. Ola gentlemen, this past Saturday, I had a great bagel sandwich that eventually made me think of a past heated discussion on your show.
All right.
First, to answer the things I expect you to care about the most. The bagel sandwich in question was at B's Bagels and Butters in Gig Harbor.
All right.
And the bagel involved was an Old Bay seasoned bagel.
Oh.
That I assume is for a limited time, as it's their bagel of the month. Well, this Saturday, while listening to your show from Thursday, I enjoyed a great bagel and lox sandwich on said Old Bay bagel, toasted and with scallion cream cheese. However, as I ate, the filling began to squirt out on the side, much like a ciabatta sandwich. It made me began to wonder about the voiced disdain for ciabatta bread, despite certain members of the show arguing about bagel sandwiches that are not toasted. So what are your thoughts about the similarity in changes with both sandwich options? Take care, gents, and I hope the Golf Classic went well. That from Paul the OT. Paul, I've got a very definitive answer, in my opinion, about this. Anytime that I do cream cheese or a lox or any of that stuff on a bagel, salmon, anything else, I do it open-faced. So I don't like when the bagel is closed into a sandwich unless it's toasted with chicken salad, tuna salad.
Sure.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Other than that, man, I kind of like it open-faced. So it's like, two different parts.
I hear what he's saying. The argument that I would make, one, I just don't like ciabatta. But taking that out of the equation, the difference is if your bagel's toasted and you add cream, the only things that squirt out of your bagel are typically something cold that you're putting onto the hot surface. So cream cheese will squirt out because the cream cheese is cold, right? And it gets heated up with the warm bagel. Otherwise, like you said, chicken salad, shrimp salad does not tend to squirt out of the toasted bagel. I would argue that in ciabatta, whatever I put on there is going to squirt out of the backside. So you're right. If I'm going to do open face, it's probably cream cheese and lox. One, because I like it. But two, because I don't want it exploding. If it's chicken salad, shrimp salad, anything else like that, something savory, a meat, you can close it up. And it's not going to shoot out of the back. Unlike ciabatta, which is always, like you could do ciabatta bread for like a gender reveal. Hey, bite into the sandwich or whatever color squirts out of the back of their goddamn sandwich. That's the baby.
I think we got to be realistic.
You're shaking your head, Mike. You know I'm right. Look,
you got to be realistic about bagel sandwiches too, though. Is that like I like a bagel sandwich outside of a breakfast sandwich that's warm. They're not the best vessel. Stuff's always falling out.
No, they're not.
It's just part of the piece we make with the bagel.
That's why there's no bagel burger.
Feel like there's certain things that only the bagel is there for. So again, like cream cheese and lox, like the bagel's made for that. You can put it on toast. You can put it on an English muffin. I just think it's a bad idea. That's right. Ciabatta is just like, I'm just here to ruin your meal.
All right, coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. But first,
PNC Bank brings you Call of the Wild Money Moves. You hear that?
YOLO!
That's an internet troll telling you to put all your money into a single investment.
YOLO!
He wants you to liquidate your emergency fund
YOLO!
and buy a digital racehorse named Silicon Steve.
YOLO!
Stay vigilant. He's very persistent.
YOLO!
Guard against wild money moves with PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.
Hey, it's Captain Ron. Congrats. You made it through winter so far. Anytime it was freezing, you let the faucet in the kitchen drip a little bit to save your pipes. But what about the pipes outside? They've spent all winter out in the weather, just freezing and maybe cracking. So instead of being able to hook up the hose and fill the pool, you've created a pond in your yard. When things start smelling stinky, call Pinkies. PinkiesPlumbing.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Quick stat for you. Phoenix tourism is up 23%. Hotel occupancy is at 89%. And a developer called Intersection Development, who already has 15 properties live and operating on Roosevelt Row in downtown Phoenix, has purchased the land for what might be the most interesting hotel project in the country. It's the first ever Atari Hotel. And before you write that off as a novelty concept, consider that the gaming industry just crossed $450 billion, bigger than film and music combined. This project sits at the crossover of that culture with one of the strongest hospitality markets in the U.S. Even more interesting is that they filed a Regulation A+ offering with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which means you can pull up actual financials, projections, full deal structure, and become an investor. Check it out at AtariHotels.com. So if you like alternative investments and doing your own due diligence, this one's worth a look. That's AtariHotels.com.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, Coda, it's a 5:08. We'll drink and toast for the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check out with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. A new study found that as people age, their ankles shift from being a propulsion engine into more of a stabilizing brace. Speaking of feet and legs.
Okay.
That's got to be just because as your body kind of disintegrates over time and degenerates.
Yeah, now you just keep my balance.
Just hold
not
up,
trying
man.
to walk. Yeah.
Just try not to fall down. It's now being considered that screen time is not a problem. What people do during that screen time is, according to a new study. So it's not so much that we're on our screens more often, it's just what we're doing on there.
Right.
It's all brain rot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think that would kind of argue that it's not all brain rot if it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like if you're reading an article, I think that's different than just scrolling.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Where we're screwing it up is the brain rot portion.
Yeah, the doom scroll. Well, it's hard, right?
100%.
You get a little hit of dopamine. Like, I get it. People can do it for hours.
Are you doom scrolling or are you reading the news?
No, doom scrolling is a different thing.
Yeah, you're just kind of cruising.
Social media.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Checking hashtags.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not something I do. So all
right, and it's I've been victim to that, especially on like a Saturday or Sunday where I'm not doing anything. I'll lay in bed for, like Ted said, I will be there for an hour or two, just scrolling on TikTok because I don't have to think at all.
Right,
correct.
The videos are mildly entertaining enough to hold my attention, and I'm tired enough that I don't want to get engaged with a book. I'm bored enough that I don't want to get engaged with a show or a movie. I'm tired enough that I don't want to go out and do something. I'm okay with just rotting here.
And some of them are really funny. Remember, what was that, like a few months ago or a year ago? It was like redheads are black.
That's right.
You had all these redheaded people being like, I knew it.
What's up, my brothers?
Right.
I'm just like, this is so stupid.
Then one guy screwed it up.
Yeah, well, of course, you knew one
It's
guy.
inevitable.
Right. It was like, it was fine. And everybody.
I'm black, right? You did it.
Right. We all kind of had an agreement that if you had any red hair, we'd make the joke, but nobody was going to say that.
That's
of course,
right.
one guy
You know somebody is.
I know. It just bummed me out. It was friendly. Then, of course, it got racist.
And now, can't have anything nice, Ted.
We can't.
Some people don't know how to tell the joke.
Hey, did you hear about the Swedish chef? I think that's Jesus.
You get the joke? It's because
You get it?
It's racist.
All right. Scientists have discovered a fear memory pathway in women's brains that men apparently don't use.
A fear memory pathway.
A fear memory pathway. I'm sure if I dove into it, it would talk about how women basically have
say,
mental
"Hold my
pathways
beer."
that are based on fears that they have at some point encountered in their lives, whereas men completely shut that off.
Well, it's probably men.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, that's got to be it. Like, look, as far as like walking to your car at night,
right?
Things like that when it's dark. All those different things.
Yeah, you never hear a dude say to the ladies, "Hey, can one of you walk me
Hey,
out?"
man,
of
can
the
you guys
car?"
walk me out there?
It's like because there's a bunch of idiots out there.
That's right.
So
Bunch
yeah,
of
I would
psychopaths.
expect so.
They kind of have to do more to make sure that they're protected for themselves, whereas
I don't
men
know
are
if it's being-
stupid enough
I don't know
to...
if it's a pathway. I think it's just being on your toes and being alert to the situation.
Sure.
Yeah, like I'm never freaked out if there's a woman that we happen to be walking down the same street and like she's still behind
She's
me.
gonna mug me.
Right, I'm not worried about her. But I will say as a dude, like when I used to live on Capitol Hill and I'd walk home, if it's like 3 blocks and I'm still behind the same woman, if we like move, I will like, I'm like, all right, I'll just go home a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
That way they don't feel that way.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Put your thinking caps on. Jen's time for a Merriam-Webster word of the day. Thrill, you currently hold the title there with a single win. However, I give you a 10% chance of success on this one. It's an adjective brought to you by the letter D. No. It's a word that you used in formal speech to describe something that is damaging or harmful, usually in a subtle or unexpected way.
It starts with the letter D.
Yeah, 5 syllables. This is a long word.
Are we waiting for him?
All right, that's a good warning. 5 syllables.
Yeah, something that is damaging or harmful, usually in a subtle or unexpected way.
Degrading?
Degrading, not bad, but no, sir.
Diabolical.
Diabolical, I like it, but no. Miles, you got one guess? Anything at all?
Disconcerting?
Deleterious.
Oh.
Oh, wow. I've heard the word before. I've never heard anyone say the word.
No,
I think I read it once, looked it up, and was like, okay. And if I remember correctly, it's almost like the old Batman TV show where they didn't just use the word, they used, that nefarious, deleterious, right? Like 15 adjectives saying the same thing.
Though effective at keeping pests away from plants, the spray is no longer used because of its deleterious effects on the respiratory system.
That person just wants you to say, what do you mean?
I'm going to slap the cup of tea out of your hand.
Just say it's dangerous.
That's right.
Just sounds like a guy I went to high school with.
Yeah.
Really?
Deleterious?
Oh,
oh my God.
Deleterious Watson, tight end.
There's the promo. A critically endangered dwarf fox was recently photographed on the island of Cozumel, Mexico, marking the first time that it's been seen in more than 20 years and the first time ever that it's been photographed.
Maybe because it's so tiny.
Now, it's a small island. You'd think they'd have figured that out.
That's right. Little dwarf fox.
Can't we just call him small?
I
gotta call him a dwarf.
It's a cute little fox,
it is
dude.
Cute. Yeah, we couldn't call him miniature.
The miniature fox.
Wow, look at that little dwarf.
Look at that dwarf fox.
Dwarf fox.
Are there dwarf horses, or do we just have miniature horses?
Ponies. Our little mini
miniature
ponies.
Yeah, I hear mini, but I feel like I've heard dwarf. What did you see when you were in Texas?
Dwarf horses.
Tiny Tim, the smallest horse in all of America. And he was down in a pit. It was sad. It cost me 5 tickets. And then the guy goes, hey, man, he's got dwarfism.
Jesus.
And Tiny Tim just stares at a little wall in his pit. Oh, it was sad.
Okay, dwarf horses, which are horses born with genetic dwarfism, are distinctly different from purposeful bred miniature horses. While healthy miniature horses are proportional, genetic dwarfism results in severe skeletal deformities, incorrect limb angles, and chronic pain requiring specialized rescue and veterinary care.
I'm looking at a few images now. That's a different. Oh, wow. Look at it. He's not okay. All right.
A teacher's emotional state may influence the grades of their students, according to a new study.
You don't say.
Right. Oh, so if your teacher's in a really bad mood, there's no curve on this one. You kids suck.
Hasn't anyone that's ever gone to school known that?
Yeah. Our teachers back in the day did not care.
No.
They didn't care.
You knew the mood they were in based on the grade you got on your homework.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because, I mean, even like the A students, suddenly they got like a low B. And it's like, they had a crappy night.
Well, and teachers also play their cards. I can only speak from my experience, but sometimes like they're like, all right, you're lucky I'm in a good mood today.
Exactly.
Oh,
they say that
okay.
out loud, and you're like, okay.
I was always in a good mood when they willed the TV in. That was going to be a good
That's
day.
good, because I mean, I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
That's right.
Doesn't matter what they
That's
put
a
on.
day off right there.
Don't care.
We're going to watch Mythbusters. Cool.
All right.
We had a teacher my freshman year, right?
Yeah.
And, like, it's a little bit tougher, especially in a school like DeMatha, even like the first year. Like, we know he's kind of a freshman teacher. Yada, yada, yada. He was an assistant on the baseball team. The freshman team does well, and to celebrate, they all kind of jumped, but it broke, it snapped his knee in half or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, he was pissy for a while. And I was struggling in that class. I remember looking at some of the baseball players and like, I'm about to go to summer school because you idiots jumped on him.
Damn.
Right? He was so mad.
Oh, no. Drinking tomato soy juice every day may help reduce chronic inflammation.
Tomato soy juice?
I know. It didn't really sound appetizing to me
Well,
either.
I mean, look, sorry.
What's the soy? Just the sauce?
It might be. I don't know.
I don't want to blend up soy.
What that study should say is keep taking your chances.
Yeah, no kidding. BuzzFeed recently published a list of things that used to be affordable but now feel like a luxury.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
And that means I've got all 10 here. So these are the 10 things that used to be affordable but now feel like a luxury. Is there anything that you guys can remember from your childhood?
Concert tickets.
Concert tickets. I do like it. I don't know if
That's
it's on the list. It is on the list. Number 8 on the list, concert tickets. Somebody commented, I saw Bob Dylan for $6.50.
The first concert I went to was $13.50. And trust me, that with inflation and all that, still doesn't add up to the garbage they charge now. The difference was when you were a kid, it wasn't so much about your parents paying for the ticket. It's about, are you getting good grades? Are you being decent? Right?
Right.
What about money? Now, when the kids are like, I want to go to this show, I'm like, I'm sure you do.
Yes.
And that is a conversation.
I'll say
$450 a ticket.
I'll say
now.
travel between airline tickets and the price of hotel rooms.
Travel is not on the list, Miles.
How about just takeout food.
Just
Or
take
delivery food.
Well, for the rest of the country, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's still pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's pretty high. It's
I mean,
starting to get outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on the list, though.
Not on the list. Sorry.
Oh, sweet.
I do remember I went over to the father-in-law's house. We were poking through some old stuff. You know, the lady was going through some old sentimental stuff. She found a stash of his old concert tickets.
All right.
Now, it wasn't the $13 that they were paying before, but he was seeing some pretty big name artists for like $40.
Yeah.
Like, doggone it, man.
I remember the first time I paid $50 for a concert ticket. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
The point of the band was Metallica on the And Justice for All tour.
Right.
That would be $600 ticket now, based on that album sales and all that.
Where I went to school for radio down in Green River Community College, they actually have a poster up there where Nirvana performed at the Student Center there in Green River, and it was like $5 a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Insanity. So these are
I could buy a bag of weed with that. I'm not going to the show.
Yeah. 10 things that used to be affordable but now feel like a luxury. Bottom of the house, they basically say any house. In 1955, my parents bought their home for $16,000. My father made $5,000 a year, and today that same house sold for $1.7.
He made $5,000 a year in 1996?
55.
Oh, 55.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No kidding. No, what was it? My parents, I feel like they bought their first house 68 grand, something like that.
I think my parents like 29 or 30 grand, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's insanity. It's absolutely insanity.
Oh, yeah. You look at housing. And again, Seattle is outrageously expensive compared to the rest of the country.
Yep.
But the cost of housing has still got. Seattle's just the exception because we're so obnoxious here about it. But anywhere in the country, like, yeah, the cost of housing, which, my parents bought this for blank. Like, yeah.
Right.
It ain't happening.
I literally had a conversation with my old man this morning, and he talked about how when I was just born, or rather, I was in the talk. Rent on a 2-bedroom was like $250 a month.
Yeah, think about that.
Rent on a 3-bedroom was, if you wanted the 3rd bedroom, that's $300. Like,
Can we make that happen?
We would stab each other for any place that cost $300
Well,
a
I
month.
keep thinking about my kids, man. You know, at some point, let me know my high school. You want to move out of the house. I'm like, right, but you might have to leave the state, man, or
Right.
move to the eastern side because I don't know. You're still going to get paid garbage, for your entry level job into whatever you're doing. But like again, Seattle prices, you're going to get a 2-bedroom apartment for what? $2,400 a month.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
On your 18-year-old paycheck. That ain't happening, man.
Right. A couple honorable mentions that are not on the list here from our YouTube chat: gasoline, bills, cigarettes,
Sure.
tobacco, automobiles.
I thought all those were going to go down.
The dentist used to be affordable, now feels like a luxury. I'll just brush my teeth and floss.
I didn't
it's
know.
kind of crazy.
Because our insurance did a very good job on that, but my dentist, not our insurance, but my dentists themselves, stopped carrying our insurance.
Oh, great.
But we didn't know that until after, I don't remember if it was the kids. I think it was the kids, whatever. So we didn't know they'd stopped taking our insurance. And my wife gives me a text, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yay.
Yeah. Brush your damn teeth.
No kidding. Concert tickets we talked about was number 8. Babysitters at number 7.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know how much my folks paid for our babysitters.
Not much.
Right.
I guarantee you.
Probably not much at all.
Just not much.
How much do babysitters run, at least when you were still in the game?
Well, if you want to keep them, you need to pay them a little bit more.
Sure.
That way, when you need to go out, you can always call them and go like, they're like, well, they pay $10 to $15 an hour. Well, these other people pay $5, so I'm going to cancel on the other people.
Exactly.
Take the 10 to 15.
I think we were like $20 for whatever the night was.
Gotcha.
That's the other difference. Back in the day, it wasn't by the hour. Just like
Yeah.
if a kid was going to babysit another group of kids, it was just like, we will pay you blank, and that was it.
The lady and I are going out of town, and we need to call on the cousin. We'll throw a little bit.
Oh, for the dog?
For the dogs. Yeah, for the dog and the cat.
Yeah, I was always kind of like an emergency babysitter.
Nice.
Like if Prada called me, it's the bottom of the barrel.
He's called everyone else.
He's like, look, we're going out for 2 hours. The kids are asleep. If they wake up, just, I don't know.
What happened the one time you were babysitting? Didn't something weird happen?
I don't know.
Okay. I thought I remembered the story. Like, I don't know.
I know it does sound vaguely familiar. I don't know.
Weird happen. strange happenings in the night.
Yeah. Can't remember that.
Ghost move a chair. Something. 10 things that used to be affordable enough, but now feel like a luxury. Sneakers. Ted, you're the sneakerhead. Has the price gone up dramatically?
And it depends on what you're buying. So, like, if you like Jordans, they are very expensive. They always were the most expensive.
And they will
but
continue to be.
If you get specialty pairs of Air Maxes, but most Air Maxes to me are still like $120, $130.
All right.
They were always kind of around $100. But a lot of other shoes have gotten ridiculous.
Yeah, I kind of upgraded from doing just the department store shoe, and I've tried to shop a little bit nicer.
I tell you what, man, you can't go wrong with Nordstrom Rack.
Yeah,
correct.
If you can just find ones that are your size and you like.
No kidding.
Right, you got to do a little searching.
Movie tickets comes in at number 5.
Yeah,
movie tickets are shocking.
They are.
Last time I went, it was right. I literally watched a movie and got a Diet Coke. I just couldn't believe how much I paid. I didn't even get popcorn.
Yeah.
And it's just, but it's one of those, one, I don't know what their overhead is. I don't know why we're paying so much more. There's no noticeable upgrade to movie theaters or any of that to justify just the difference in cost. But at the same time, they go, man, what do we do to get people back to the theater? It's like, well, you could charge less.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a good start, man.
Lady and I did a double feature over the weekend. I think it was $15 a ticket per movie that we did.
All right.
Then, of course, there's popcorn, and there was an open bar, so.
Open?
Well, not open. Sorry.
All
No.
right, okay.
A
All right.
bar available.
Tell me where
Yeah,
this
there was
place
a
is.
bar available. Now we watched
Okay.
Cocaine Bear there, Ted.
Oh, all right.
Or Miles.
That was a nice theater.
That was a great theater.
Okay.
Galaxy Theater down there in Gig Harbor. Cable TV. My problem with cable TV being a luxury is just what's the purpose? We've got all these streaming services that, any big show that's on, it's on a streaming service. Other than live sports, what's keeping cable TV alive?
Live sports. Like I said, other than nothing.
Right. It's just...
Yeah, I mean,
I think
network
it's-
shows are still going to have kind of the biggest audiences just because
Sure.
most people get them.
They have the
But
biggest
you're right.
reach.
But live sports is the number one thing.
But I also
that
feel like
cable has.
I feel like the networks also have their streaming services. ABC, that's on
Well, they
Hulu.
own, right. They own a
NBC,
bunch.
that's on Peacock. CBS, they did have a CBS app, but did they move to like Paramount or something
I
like
think
that?
they're Paramount now.
Yeah.
Actually, they are Paramount.
Okay.
But that way, the networks, they can actually do interesting, creative stuff on streaming and still do just your vanilla stuff. Nothing wrong with it on network TV without upsetting anyone. And it's a huge cash cow, network TV.
Maybe. The cost of maintenance on your house. Good luck getting anything fixed for a reasonable price.
Owning a home's expensive.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
Yay.
And to just get someone to come over within the window that they say they're going to and actually do the work and do it right.
And show up and finish.
There's more to it than just getting the guy over.
Yeah. How's your dishwasher?
It's fixed.
Nice.
It is finally fixed. 2 years old. Jesus.
Red meat shows up on the list. The rest of the groceries are so much money that people started cutting back on their protein as well.
I think that's fairly current, but yeah, for sure.
And then the number one thing that used to be affordable but now feels like a luxury. In fact, it got so expensive that they'd started to be requesting of employees vet care. Says
Yeah,
pet
it is
insurance never seems to
outrageous.
cover it. It's way too expensive. The problem that we ran into is that the emergency care, they take so much out of that. The pills that they give them, it looks like an ER bill. Which I understand,
does.
it's urgent care and it's emergency care for your pet, but at the same time, it's like, I have a bottle of 20 of these doggone things for the same cost of one that you're charging me.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, we're going through it now.
What
Just
are we
like,
doing?
This is amazing how much this costs.
Yeah, I am absolutely flabbergasted. We go to Louisiana, where one of the locals aided in an arrest.
Why is that?
Test your memory at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
PNC Bank brings you Call of the Wild Money Moves.
Shh. Listen.
Hey, guys.
That's the sound of a multi-level marketing pitch.
This is life-changing, you guys.
Sounds like she wants you to buy lots of essential oils
They are so essential.
and then have all your friends buy essential oils.
Are you more of a geranium or lavender fan?
Don't look her in the eyes.
Guard against wild money moves with PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Springtime is upon us, but you already knew that. What you might not know is that while you're ready to grab the hose and start watering those flower beds, your pipes could actually be frozen on the inside. And the truth is, you don't know about it till your yard starts flooding, or worse, your wall. Just remember, if you see water where it shouldn't be, or things start backing up and getting stinky, call Pinkies, PinkiesPlumbing.com.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Quick stat for you. Phoenix tourism is up 23%. Hotel occupancy is at 89%. And a developer called Intersection Development, who already has 15 properties live and operating on Roosevelt Row in downtown Phoenix, has purchased the land for what might be the most interesting hotel project in the country. It's the first ever Atari Hotel. And before you write that off as a novelty concept, consider that the gaming industry just crossed $450 billion, bigger than film and music combined. This project sits at the crossover of that culture with one of the strongest hospitality markets in the US. Even more interesting is that they filed a Regulation A+ offering with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which means you can pull up actual financials, projections, full deal structure, and become an investor. Check it out at AtariHotels.com. So if you like alternative investments and doing your own due diligence, this one's worth a look. That's AtariHotels.com.
Did you know that you can buy your car completely online on AutoTrader? Really? Just visit autotrader.com, filter and search through dealer listings for the car you want, make, model, color, and all the features that matter to you. Go ahead, get picky. Whether you're into subcompacts with heated cup holders, crossovers with all-wheel drive, pickups with kicking sound systems, or SUVs that can survive whatever chaos your kids unleash. Just drop in your info and you'll only see cars in your budget. Really. Once you find your one and only, you can do the whole deal online and have the car delivered to your driveway. Or you can pick it up at the dealership and drive your new ride right off the lot. Really. AutoTrader makes it easy to buy your car online because the whole process is designed around your wants and must-haves. AutoTrader. Buy your car online. Really.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Big time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink test can. Steve will throw a hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today, I don't know if we toast Dodge Ram or if we toast artificial intelligence, but they pooled their resources together to come up with some crap. So everyone's trying to take advantage of America's 250th birthday coming up this July 4th. So anything you can do to make money, you're going to take advantage of it now. So Dodge Ram Trucks, they unveiled a new shirt design in their online shop this week, which they called the 2026 Ram Patriotic Unisex T-shirt. It's only $29.95, which is not terrible for a branded shirt, even though you're paying them money to be their billboard. I'll let you do the math on that. The problem was, it was just AI slop, right? And you did not need to order one to have it delivered to see the problems. For one, this patriotic shirt had a big American flag, right? That's the sign of America right there, baby. Flag had 38 stars. As most of you know, there are 50 stars on the actual flag, but whatever. Small oversight. Even though a fifth grader would know that if they were designing the shirt. But
they just
also,
let the bad stars out.
I mean, yeah, there you go. We don't like these places. But also it featured a truck with the slogan Ram Power, which I believe is actually the slogan. The only issue is, the image was not of a Dodge Ram. It was actually a Toyota Tacoma.
No. It looks like a Tacoma.
It is a Tacoma.
Because it is. But yeah, Ram Power. So there you go. You want a 38 flag or 38 star American flag, and you want a Toyota Tacoma to represent your Dodge Ram. That's the shirt for you. Not surprisingly, the T-shirts have already been removed. I will be honest with you. I would rather own that shirt than whatever garbage you're going to put it on. Like, I want the 38 star Toyota Tacoma shirt that says Ram Power, not the one that's accurate. That's no fun. God damn, guys.
No.
Oh, yeah. So, and that's the thing. Tacomas are very recognizable. You look at the shirt, you're like, bro, it's a Tacoma. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
All right, let's get a contestant on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
PNC Bank brings you Call of the Wild Money Moves.
You hear that?
YOLO!
That's an internet troll telling you to put all your money into a single investment.
YOLO.
He wants you to liquidate your emergency fund
YOLO.
and buy a digital racehorse named Silicon Steve.
YOLO.
Stay vigilant. He's very persistent.
YOLO!
Guard against wild money moves with PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.
Hey, it's Captain Ron. Congrats. You made it through winter so far. Anytime it was freezing, you let the faucet in the kitchen drip a little bit to save your pipes. But what about the pipes outside? They've spent all winter out in the weather, just freezing and maybe cracking. So instead of being able to hook up the hose and fill the pool, you've created a pond in your yard. When things start smelling stinky, call Pinkies. PinkiesPlumbing.com.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Quick stat for you. Phoenix tourism is up 23%. Hotel occupancy is at 89%. And a developer called Intersection Development, who already has 15 properties live and operating on Roosevelt Row in downtown Phoenix, has purchased the land for what might be the most interesting hotel project in the country. It's the first ever Atari Hotel. And before you write that off as a novelty concept, consider that the gaming industry just crossed $450 billion, bigger than film and music combined. This project sits at the crossover of that culture with one of the strongest hospitality markets in the US. Even more interesting is that they filed a Regulation A+ offering with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which means you can pull up actual financials, projections, full deal structure, and become an investor. Check it out at AtariHotels.com. So if you like alternative investments and doing your own due diligence, this one's worth a look. That's AtariHotels.com.
Did you know that you can buy your car completely online on AutoTrader? Really? Just visit AutoTrader.com, filter and search through dealer listings for the car you want, make, model, color, and all the features that matter to you. Go ahead, get picky. Whether you're into subcompacts with heated cup holders, crossovers with all-wheel drive, pickups with kicking sound systems, or SUVs that can survive whatever chaos your kids unleash. Just drop in your info and you'll only see cars in your budget. Really. Once you find your one and only, you can do the whole deal online and have the car delivered to your driveway. Or you can pick it up at the dealership and drive your new ride right off the lot. Really. AutoTrader makes it easy to buy your car online because the whole process is designed around your wants and must-haves. AutoTrader. Buy your car online. Really.
As a woman entrepreneur, you know that every connection counts, whether it's with your customers, your team, or your community. Spectrum Business is here to help you build those connections stronger and faster. Imagine running your business with fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet so you can stay connected to customers, employees, and vendors without having to worry. We know flexibility matters. That's why select Spectrum Business packages come with a 3-year price guarantee, so you can focus on running your business. Plus, enjoy savings on internet, phone, TV, and mobile services when you bundle, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee and no long-term contracts. With Spectrum Business, you get more than just internet. You get support with 100% U.S.-based customer service. Real people who understand small business, ready 24/7 to help you stay up and running. Join millions of business owners like you across America who trust Spectrum Business for reliability, speed, and support. Visit spectrum.com/business today to get started. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
This episode is supported by Ring, because at the end of the day, your home is your sanctuary. And with Ring, it's protected. Whether you're across the house or across the country, keeping an eye on things shouldn't be a mystery. With the battery doorbell, you can keep track of your packages and see more of what's happening at your front door in real time. If you want to make sure your yard is safe at night, the Outdoor Cam Plus delivers a wide field of view and enhanced video clarity with Retinal 2K video. And for the ultimate in detail, you can upgrade to 4K cameras and doorbells featuring Retinal Vision. It gives you ultra-clear footage that actually lets you zoom in without losing those important details. The Ring system is helpful every single day. Like a lot of us, most of our shopping is done online. There's a certain peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly when a package arrives while you're busy at work or running errands. It's not just about the technology. It's about the relief of knowing your home is secure. It's incredibly easy to set up, and it gives you that extra layer of protection for what matters most. Your door, your yard, your home, your peace of mind. With Ring, it's protected. Shop cameras, doorbells, and more right now at ring.com.
The 2026 Lincoln Aviator SUV turns a robust list of features into a world of premium experiences. Excite your drive with impressive horsepower and torque. Customize your comfort with available perfect position seats featuring 30 configurations. Make room for 2 more passengers with powerful third-row seats that can fold flat with the touch of a button. And immerse yourself in the finest expression of design and surfaces with available elevated packages. Experience it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people, shut up, Ted, I'm talking. And bless
stuffy.
you. Of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Dwayne. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hola. All right, Dwayne, you realize that today by playing Profile This, you, my friend, have the opportunity not just to win tickets to see Blackberry Smoke this Friday at Emerald Queen Casino, but also if you win, you get a $200 dining credit at Sla Hall. That's the steakhouse at the top of the casino there, man. And that's for good for the night of the show. And according to Ted, you want to win
awesome.
that.
Yeah. We're going to try to help you as best as we can.
Which means nothing, but they will do the best they can.
Don't listen to us.
But even with these tickets on the line and your opportunity to enjoy some delicious food at Sla Hall, you still have your choice of 1 of 3 categories today. And today we offer you Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their meal? We have Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally today we offer you Seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence.
Let's do, I kind of feel lucky with Analyze This.
All right, we go to Utica, New York, where an escaped animal was captured after a pursuit through the city involving sheriff's deputies, police, drone operators, and professional handlers on horseback. Oneida County Sheriff Rob Maciel, he said the animal escaped from a trailer in West Utica when its owner opened it to unload another animal. Well, it was spotted entering a wooded area behind the Red Roof Inn, prompting a response by deputies, Utica Police Department, the New York State Police, and the New York State Department of Transportation.
Where's Utica?
It is...
So that's not New York City.
That's
It's
upstate? It's more upstate. I want to say it's kind of between... If I get this right, it's kind of between Syracuse and, like, Albany.
Okay.
So more in the eastern half of the state, but kind of upstate. Anyway, a deputy there used a thermal drone to keep tabs on it as officials formulated a capture plan. A pair of professional handlers, they were summoned to the scene, and they used dogs to herd it into an open area where it could then be ensnared in a lasso. Now, the fugitive was safely returned to the trailer for transport back to its home. The question is, what kind of animal was it? Was it a cow? Was it an emu? Was it a kangaroo, or was it a Mustang? So cow, emu, kangaroo, or Mustang, what was on the loose in Utica?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys a little bit about this. You're the East Coast guys. What kind of weird things do they have in New York? What would be? Was this a legal animal to have, or was it?
I mean, I'm sure he's probably any of them. I bet you could legally have, but I mean, cow are probably the only you would see cows.
A cow is anywhere, right?
Yeah,
all 48 states.
That. That's everything.
Yeah, I want to say
that could be anything.
In New York State, I believe you can get a license to have the exotic animals, but you have to be kind of a licensed handler.
Okay. It's a big. Okay. There's Saratoga Springs.
Mm-hmm.
They run the Belmont.
Correct.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Mustang.
Would you name your Mustang, Sally? I mean, would you even bother?
No. Yeah, I hate that song.
You guys slow that Mustang down. But there'd be a thoroughbred. It wouldn't be a Mustang.
Either way, they lassoed it. So to me, I'm thinking about
but
you could lasso a kangaroo, emu, or
You could lasso anything.
yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't matter.
I mean, you can.
Could you lasso a squirrel?
Yeah. Be hard.
I could. Yeah, you'd have to use a smaller rope, but I think it'd be all right.
Well, I couldn't lasso anything, so to me, they're all equal.
Okay, so we got an emu, a Mustang, a cow,
Or a kangaroo.
and a kangaroo. So they're really worried about this thing if they broke all that stuff out.
Yeah, basically, if you're any kind of official in Utica, you were on call.
That's
for
why I'm
this.
going money on it, because of the Mustang's price.
I think it's kangaroo, and they were
Kangaroo
scared it
for
was going
10.
to box people.
Yes, that's generally
Yep.
an escaped kangaroo. Hey, it's going to punch you in the face.
Good.
I would be more. I think the authorities be a little more worried about a kangaroo than the others, or an emu. The emu or the kangaroo? The kangaroo, I think.
You're going to go kangaroo with 10.
Well, who do I need to listen. I need more hints here. I would really
And that's all I got on the story.
So
These are for
Miles'
tickets for
Mustang.
Blackberry Smoke Friday night. A $200 dining credit at SLA Hall. Come on.
Yes, sir. So Miles,
You got 25% chance.
okay. Are you how confident are you, Miles?
I'm not. That's just my best logical guess. Seriously.
Okay, I think they're more worried about that kangaroo than would be
Kangaroo at 10.
The boxing kangaroo.
All
Yep.
right. What do they have to lasso in? Was it a cow, an emu, a kangaroo, or a Mustang? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the
A burst pipe, a dead water heater, the AC calling it quits. Who do you call? HomeServe is an easy way to handle unexpected home repairs with plans covering stuff basic homeowners insurance usually won't. Instead of scrambling for a contractor, you make one call to get the repair process started. Join the millions of customers who trust HomeServe right now. Go to homeserve.com/podcast for 50% less your first year. That's homeserve.com/podcast. Savings compared to renewal price. Void in Florida.
As a woman entrepreneur, you know that every connection counts, whether it's with your customers, your team, or your community. Spectrum Business is here to help you build those connections stronger and faster. Imagine running your business with fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet so you can stay connected to customers, employees, and vendors without having to worry. We know flexibility matters. That's why select Spectrum Business packages come with a 3-year price guarantee, so you can focus on running your business. Plus, enjoy savings on internet, phone, TV, and mobile services when you bundle, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee and no long-term contracts. With Spectrum Business, you get more than just internet. You get support with 100% U.S.-based customer service. Real people who understand small business, ready 24/7 to help you stay up and running. Join millions of business owners like you across America who trust Spectrum Business for reliability, speed, and support. Visit spectrum.com/business today to get started. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
This episode is supported by Ring, because at the end of the day, your home is your sanctuary. And with Ring, it's protected. Whether you're across the house or across the country, keeping an eye on things shouldn't be a mystery. With the battery doorbell, you can keep track of your packages and see more of what's happening at your front door in real time. If you want to make sure your yard is safe at night, the Outdoor Cam Plus delivers a wide field of view and enhanced video clarity with Retinal 2K video. And for the ultimate in detail, you can upgrade to 4K cameras and doorbells featuring Retinal Vision. It gives you ultra-clear footage that actually lets you zoom in without losing those important details. The Ring system is helpful every single day. Like a lot of us, most of our shopping is done online. There's a certain peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly when a package arrives while you're busy at work or running errands. It's not just about the technology. It's about the relief of knowing your home is secure. It's incredibly easy to set up, and it gives you that extra layer of protection for what matters most. Your door, your yard, your home, your peace of mind. With Ring, it's protected. Shop cameras, doorbells, and more right now at ring.com.
Men's room. Our category is Animal Access on Profile. This weekend in New York, where an animal was captured after it escaped from a truck after a delivery with another animal.
Yeah.
Thermal drones were activated. They were used with dogs, and then they lassoed the animal. Question is, was it a cow, an emu, a kangaroo, or a Mustang?
And Dwayne, that is the very question that we posed to you today. Unlike most profile this today, we're offering you tickets on June 12th to check out Blacksburg Smoke at Emerald Queen Casino. Also a $200 dining credit at SLA Hall, right? So it's all on the line for this. Now, we'll start with Miles Montgomery with a Mustang. It was not a
Dwayne,
Mustang.
thank God you didn't follow me on that one.
Now, Dwayne, you agreed with D. Ted Smith, and just to give you an idea, just scrolling through the YouTube comments there, a lot of people are leaning kangaroo on this one. A lot of people are leaning kangaroo.
Well, I cracked a men's room lager. I'm either going to drown my sorrows or celebrate.
The point being, there's no good or bad reason to drink a men's room.
You're right.
I'm afraid it was not.
My bad, dude.
A kangaroo.
Was it the
It was
emu?
not a kangaroo. It was a cow.
Oh,
It was
just
a cow?
Dude, all right, so look.
A cow?
My thought with this story was a cow is kind of the obvious answer until you hear the fact that they had all of these other things involved. Sheriff's deputies, police, drone operators, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's a cow, man.
Yeah.
It's a cow. And it went off into the woods. That's all. And they acted like this thing apparently
You
was-
tricked him.
I didn't.
Tomfoolery.
I'm just saying. In Utica, New York, even a cow gets that kind of response.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with T.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. Title's guests have teams of talents, writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
There's a new trend called practice dating, where you go on casual dates with people that aren't your type. Or as it's known at the fraternity house, a slump buster.
The Ted Smith.
Fallon?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
We have Game 3 of the NBA Finals, and it's a game between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. This was the first NBA Finals game in New York City in 27 years. The fans are so excited, there's a report that two people on the subway actually made eye contact with each other today.
That sounds like Fallon.
Kimmel.
We had Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. This was the first NBA Finals game in New York City in 27 years. The fans are so excited. There was a report two people on the subway actually made eye contact with each other today.
I just remember the Knicks being in the final on a Friday night because of OJ. It was a finals
that's right.
game. They busted.
Probably the last time.
I think it was. White Castle just introduced a new vegetarian slider. Harold and Kumar were even like, we're not high enough to order that. But this is concerning. They also introduced a boneless vegetarian slider. Like, what does that even mean?
Fallon?
Fallon.
White Castle just introduced a new vegetarian slider. Harold and Kumar were like, even we're not high enough to order that. But this is concerning. They're also introducing a boneless vegetarian slider. What does that mean?
That is weird. A vegetarian slider.
It's probably just one of those patties.
No, it is. It's just tinier.
But to say boneless, like...
Well, boneless, I think he's just kidding.
I would hope so.
But, like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like for White Castle, could you just order, like, a pack of sliders without the meat? You have little grilled cheeses?
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not a vegetarian. I'm just trying to help them out.
Do it for the people.
Yeah, exactly. For the veggies. Did anybody watch the show House?
Yeah.
All right.
Loved House. Didn't finish it, but I did like House.
All right. A lot of people did. Hugh Laurie was the main star of that show.
Yeah. Dr. Gregory House.
So basically, there's a freelance writer, right? Janet Murray. She was just kind of writing about House because she had never seen it.
Okay.
Right? So she's just like watching it for the first time. And then she's just kind of going on Twitter and she says it goes like this. A patient has a mysterious illness. House gets the diagnosis wrong. Then the patient almost dies. House gets it wrong again and threatens with being fired. Patient almost dies again. House has a last-minute left-field idea, saves the patient.
That is correct.
Like MacGyver. MacGyver's the doctor role.
Right. Then she put at the end of it 8 seasons of this, which, to be fair, I like Mike saying that's probably how it goes. There is a theory on how TV shows work.
Mm-hmm. It's formulaic for sure.
Hugh Laurie was not having it. All right. Somehow he got word of this. First, he thanked her for the critique and then said, we actually tried a couple episodes where House gets it right the first time, but they were only 6 minutes long. NBC weren't happy.
She pulled back the curtain a little bit.
But did she?
I think
what can you possibly... Norman Rockwell, he painted the same goddamn thing all the time.
Right.
Georgia O'Keefe's the same freaking thing all the
AC/DC.
Hang
same
on.
song. I mean,
he brings this up, right? He said they tried an episode where House never gets it right, patient dies. Then he noticed that Bach composed 30 variations of the same chord structure.
Yep.
Frida Kahlo painted it's 50 portraits of herself. So I get it. He's not wrong. He's kind of ended it with like, good luck on your first novel. Like, she pointed it out, but also, like, everybody knows it. It just seems shocking to me that Hugh Laurie actually went online and was like...
Getting that bent out of shape about it.
Well, he said he was a little drunk.
Oh, did he?
He did, yeah.
All right, I haven't read that part of it.
He said, look, I was a little drunk. But, and, like, for her, it's like, look, you're not wrong. But if you're going to do that critique, just understand that it's true of every freaking thing you've ever seen or heard. And that's why these things are successful. Do you not enjoy sports? The rules are always the freaking same. I can tell you exactly what they're going to do. I can look at a football formation. I'm going to tell you what play they're going to run. The interest is in how does it play out. You already know it's going to go. I mean, like, there's nothing. There is no artist. There is no musician. There is no anyone on the face of this planet ever that's done original over and over and over. They do something people like.
The show,
and they do it.
For 2 hours, all they do is they answer questions from people. People call in the show and tell their stories. Then they do other stuff. Then they drink. Then they do TV stuff and go home.
Yeah. Again, like I said, most shows have that. I would never give a second thought to putting her critique on a TV show that the actor in question would be like, yo, what the hell, man?
I will say, though, if you read that in the tone of House, that is very much something that he would say.
Is it?
That's how he would throw it back. You bet. Because he was just that snarky, so he would absolutely say that, too.
And I love that he was like, well, he strung out on opiates. This was back in the day. He's like, so I did opiates for a while, like pills and stuff. Like, I don't think you had to, man. Like,
there's method acting, and then there's that.
The emphasis on meth.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I get what she's saying, but it's like if you're a critic, you got to do better than that, man.
Agreed.
I mean, come on. Everything's the same.
She's just a freelance writer.
Yeah, she was just saying, this is what I see.
That's what I'm saying. This, like, and I get it. He said he was drinking. I don't think most people. She was just kind of making a joke, which is kind of funny. Like, oh yeah, here's the theory, and he saw it and was like, hey, F you, man. This is what I'm doing. Let's see. Last night was Game 3. The Knicks hadn't lost a game in weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Danhausen.
So they lose last night, which isn't that shocking, right?
It's the best of 7 for a reason.
I did think they were going to sweep the Spurs once they went up 2-0, but that's fine. I think the really disappointing thing was just to see, like, New York City, it had been such a bastion of fun and this and that, but there's, like, videos of them, like, at these watch parties, like, just going after Spurs fans. And it's like, hey, guys, like, there's still going to be other... Plus, you're in New York City. You're one of the biggest cities in the world, especially recognizable. There's got to be San Antonio fans in your city, and you should be able to walk around without fear of getting...
This is not Philly.
Yeah, I mean, I just think most cities... Like, I get it. American sports are a little bit different. Like, in English soccer, right? Like, you can't go to another team stadium and sit with their fans if you're going to cheer for their team.
But also,
you
a lot
got to
of the
sit in
teams,
your end.
They're in the same city.
Correct. There's a lot of old rivalries. So
right.
with this, like, right, and Philly fans do it. I wouldn't recommend
do it
anybody.
because we keep saying they do it. So
Eagles
they can get away
fans
with doing it. Right.
Right. But like, to me, I wouldn't give two thoughts to an NBA Finals about if I was a Spurs fan and could afford it, go into the game or go into a watch party. I just wouldn't be worried about getting beat up afterwards.
They're not rivals. They're not those heated rivals. No. There's a reason the Seahawks hate the 49ers or the Rams or whoever it is, because they play each other a couple times a year. This is the championship. This is where you step up.
You have nothing to do with each other.
Exactly.
Right, but I'd still like I don't mind chirping a Niners fan, but like I'm not going to get in a fist fight over it.
No.
And same way they could chirp a Seahawks fan. I just hate that crap.
Yeah,
Like,
you
that's
don't
not part
play.
of the
Don't take
culture.
it personally. Shut up.
Right. If they're not, I always say, like, they're not fighting on the court. What do you care so much?
Right.
And also, like you're saying, like there's no rivalry there. In fact, I don't know that San Antonio and New York City have much in common at all.
No, just a stinky river.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But I think the Riverwalk, is that even a real river? Or is that man-made?
I don't know, but it's
don't
stinky.
know, but it smells bad. I've heard that.
Yeah, it's not very deep.
No.
I mean,
it's hot.
Shallow,
Just
stinky
saying.
river.
Yeah.
It's a stream.
I'd go on it. Also, I know Miles brought it up top of the show. Big thanks to everybody that came out yesterday to the Miles Montgomery Open. That was just a fun day. I can only speak for Thrill and I. We were out there on 13, but everybody that came by was super nice, super complimentary of the show and everything else.
And then we shot them.
Right, then we shoot them with Nerf guns.
Did you guys take any tag on that? I mean, tag? Like, did you guys aim for the region?
Thrill had a higher powered, kind of held more ammo, so he was like, the line was he lays down suppression fire, then I would line up right across from him and try to shoot him in the junk as they were swinging.
We had a few guys. Oh, yeah, we got a couple guys riding in nads, man. Because they let you know.
Crossfire kind of set up there. So we had to go in.
Ball-on-ball violence.
Yeah. A couple people I got right in the junk. They still tattooed that ball.
Oh, God, they did.
I mean, there was a couple that left that tee box so loudly and so quickly. We were like, God damn.
I know.
Like, Jesus, you
Yeah,
boys
some of those
really know
hits,
what you're doing. But, great time yesterday. Good to see everybody out there. You got Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. Vegas is up 2-1.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A man being chased by police jumps into a swamp, then gets attacked by a gator. We head to Indiana, where a reptile gets out of a box at an animal show and says, see you later. Truck on a Tennessee highway celebrates an early 4th of July. A man who lost function in his hands can still bake a delicious pie. And a man using Tesla's autopilot drives through someone's home in Redmond. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
Our top story, we go down to Louisiana, where the story bears repeating. A local man was stopped by officers on suspicion of DWI when they noticed him driving recklessly and struck a concrete barrier, causing a tire blowout. While going through the DWI investigation, the man fled officers by jumping into a nearby swamp, making his escape. They eventually found him walking down a different highway and gave chase, with him jumping into another swamp to elude authorities. Body cam footage was shared of the following scene, in which we see our man swimming across the swamp toward the bank on the other side when he's rapidly approached by an alligator that decided that he wanted a piece. The gator attacks the man in the water, causing injuries to his arm as he fights the reptile off. He was eventually apprehended and brought to the hospital for treatment before being taken to jail. He's facing charges.
It's my swamp, dude.
No kidding. And I kind of felt bad for laughing, but at the same time, it's like, don't drive impaired, you moron. Don't run from the cops, you moron.
I'm impressed he fought off an alligator.
I know.
He chose to jump into a swamp in Louisiana to avoid a crime.
And then went back on another highway. Then jumped into a different area of the swamp.
Right.
Then got attacked by a gator. Followed out for 30 seconds. Then hit again. Then eventually got arrested. I mean,
at some point, you don't feel bad.
This guy's an idiot. But at the same point in time, I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah, exactly. That's the guy who's going to be there in jail, and they allow him to have the crocodile tooth necklace, like, pull this off the son of a... That
dude, you really fought that alligator for 30 seconds?
Damn straight I did.
I mean, no one's messing with him.
Right. Look at my arm. That's what he did to me.
He's in Louisiana. They're still going to mess with him.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
I fought 3 gators, brother.
In local news, officers in Redmond responded to reports of a car crash. What they found at the scene was a Tesla that was embedded in a garage door, with the driver reporting that the crash was due to the autopilot feature malfunctioning in the car. No injuries were reported and no indications of impairment were observed as a factor for the crash, though it is still under investigation. Jeez, I haven't used an autopilot feature in a car. I haven't used like the auto parking. I have had dynamic cruise, and I've had where it'll keep you in line, but I don't know how the malfunction sends it into the door. That's got to be a wild.
The auto parking thing is pretty cool. I've seen it in one like somebody had it, but like, I don't know. It's still kind of nerve-wracking,
right?
Like, are we going to get this right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're basically just turning it over to somebody. But you were also in a self-driving...
I've been in a Waymo before down in Austin.
How was that?
Again, it's odd, but once I was in it seemed to do fine. I know they mess up. The one I was in, it was ideal.
Human drivers mess up, too.
Sure
that
enough.
said, I was still, when we were Phoenix... I just never seen that many Waymos, right? So I think that's one of their beta testing places as well. And they are everywhere, man. And obviously people that are used to it, because we go to the bar and watch these people just like, oh, there's our Waymo. Hop in. and drive away. And I'm like, my God, man, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Interesting. There's a manhunt underway in the Bronx, as they apparently can't take criticism well. Earlier this week, a 41-year-old passenger on a bus became a bit anxious with all the noise on the bus, mostly centered around one teenage rider that was talking too loudly on his phone. After asking him to speak quieter on the phone, the teenager responded by pulling a handgun and shooting our man in the stomach before fleeing.
Christ,
Jesus. The man unfortunately did die from his injuries at a local medical center that he was taken to, and they're asking anybody with information to come forward. Wow. Just because he told you to quiet down on the phone, man.
Come on, man. You're on a bus. Shut up.
I can't imagine he asked you mean enough that would warrant getting shot in the stomach.
If he did not threaten you, it does not warrant getting threatened.
Damn, man. But just in case those stars, it's a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
We go to the lovely world of the internet where we learn that there's always a way to adapt. A content creator has been featured in People magazine for the videos that he's been posting about his cooking. He started posting these videos back in 2022, just 2 years following a spinal cord injury that left him with limited function in his hands, making everyday cooking just a bit difficult. But he's not letting it slow him down. He started posting the videos as a way to document the adaptations that helped him stay independent, but it soon became a challenge to himself to prove what he could overcome and adapt to. He's since gained a massive following of people who see how he uses different techniques to create some impressive dishes with his paralyzed hands. He was making a dish where they had one where he was cooking up a what's the pie where you cook the top the meringue on the top, and he was literally just sitting there with a torch. Yeah, lemon meringue. He's sitting there with a torch using his chin. He was running over graham crackers with his wheelchair.
He can't use a rolling pin.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's doing all that stuff
with the wheelchair.
Yeah, exactly. He's just running right over to his wheelchair. It's in a bag. Who cares?
How's he pick it up?
Well, it's,
with his feet.
Yeah, he still has some function in his hand, like he can still smash them together. And
his bare feet.
His teeth. Seems like that would be the hard part for him.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
He's overcoming the hard part, though, Ted. He's finding a way through it. Go ahead, laugh.
But just so you said his paralyzed hands.
Paralyzed little hands.
All right. Don't call him little.
Can't move his little hands. Men's Room Sports. We got Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals currently underway on ABC, and the Mariners are finishing up Game 2 against Baltimore. Finish it! As far as the weather. This is where they always foul it up there. The rain is on the way out, but the clouds are sticking around for just a little bit. Should be 51 and mostly cloudy tonight. Tomorrow they expect it to be nice. A sunny afternoon with a high right around 65. That's it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawk is on.
Just so you know, tomorrow on Profile This, we do have those Blackberry Smoke tickets for Friday night at Emerald Queen Casino.
But
you also get a night in a suite.
Boom.
Oh, there you go.
Boom.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, upgrading on the men's room, bitches. In the meantime, well, we be all about this, bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The men's room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
I love the Marquette community. I think, it to me resembles a family of some sort.
You are coming to a place that is not only going to give you a great education, but I think it's going to make you a very well-rounded individual.
Especially because of the size, you can definitely find your people. I came in and it was open arms. While you're here, we're going to try to make you feel that same love and make this place home. We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
The biggest tournament in soccer is finally here, and I've already started planning my watch parties. My go-to move before kickoff is stopping at Total Wine & More to grab drinks for the whole crew. Wine, beer, seltzers, maybe a few ready-to-drink options, everything we need for a full day of matches. With this many games, it definitely helps knowing you're getting the lowest prices. Total Wine makes it so easy because I can grab everything I need in one stop. Get match day ready with Total Wine & More today, so you're set from kickoff to the final whistle. Spirits are not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. Must be 21. This episode is supported by Ring, because at the end of the day, your home is your sanctuary. And with Ring, it's protected. Whether you're across the house or across the country, keeping an eye on things shouldn't be a mystery. With the battery doorbell, you can keep track of your packages and see more of what's happening at your front door in real time. If you want to make sure your yard is safe at night, the Outdoor Cam Plus delivers a wide field of view and enhanced video clarity with Retinal 2K video. And for the ultimate in detail, you can upgrade to 4K cameras and doorbells featuring retinal vision. It gives you ultra-clear footage that actually lets you zoom in without losing those important details. The Ring system is helpful every single day. Like a lot of us, most of our shopping is done online. There's a certain peace of mind that comes with knowing exactly when a package arrives while you're busy at work or running errands. It's not just about the technology. It's about the relief of knowing your home is secure. It's incredibly easy to set up, and it gives you that extra layer of protection for what matters most. Your door, your yard, your home, your peace of mind. With Ring, it's protected. Shop cameras, doorbells, and more right now at ring.com.
The 2026 Lincoln Aviator SUV turns a robust list of features into a world of premium experiences. Excite your drive with impressive horsepower and torque. Customize your comfort with available perfect position seats featuring 30 configurations. Make room for 2 more passengers with powerful third-row seats that can fold flat with the touch of a button. And immerse yourself in the finest expression of design and surfaces with available elevated packages. Experience it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer.
Hi, I'm Steph, and I work at United Healthcare. When I think about United Healthcare's members, I think of my own family. My niece was diagnosed with an ultra-rare genetic disorder. I know how hard it is for families. At United Healthcare, we can make it easier.
I'm Brian. I care because I know what it's like to not speak the language. It's not easy. Health insurance is complicated. I would say our job is to make everything easy for our UHC members. I work for United Healthcare. I'm committed to care.